Day from noon until 3 p.m. Only on WTMJ.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life. At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work. Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation. Search AXIS Legal today.
Your way inside the huddle. Hit one, hit two, without putting on any pads. It's Green and Gold Insiders on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
Yeah, it is the hardest remaining strength of schedule left.
When you're able to suffocate an offensive line out, quarterbacks aren't able to do anything.
Every day of the regular season at 4:15, it's Green and Gold Insiders all season long, right here on WTMJ. The only place to get this.
And I want to make it clear for the 50th time, Giannis has never asked to be traded, ever. I can't make that more clear.
With some of this.
One of the two parties here, Doc Rivers and the media, one of the two sides is clearly lying. Both messages that we have heard are on opposite ends of the spectrum.
Get it all on Bucks Talk, your all-encompassing Milwaukee Bucks postgame show. Only heard here on the home of the Bucks, WTMJ. Trusted, relevant, locally owned, locally programmed. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ Milwaukee.
6 o'clock. I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News, Monday, December 8th. Our top story, an officer injured in a crash.
I'm Erik Bilstad. What a game.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and westbound 94, just about at Sunny Slope Road, we've got a crash. The two right lanes are blocked right now, backup stretching all the way back towards Highway 100. We've also got a crash on the off-ramp to North Avenue from 41 southbound, so that's something to keep in mind as well. General delays from Hampton all the way down towards Capitol Drive, and a few other broken down vehicles here and there. They are pretty much all out of traffic along 94 eastbound around 35th Street. We've also got an accident 94 southbound at Rawson Avenue. This one has the left lane blocked on the southbound side, so just be extra careful heading past that. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast for today. Chilly, mostly cloudy, and a high of just 26 degrees. Chance of some snow showers once again tonight. Mostly cloudy, low down to 18. We're at 15 now, and from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a Wauwatosa police officer and another person were injured in a crash Sunday evening. Police telling our partners at TMJ4 News happened while officers were investigating an earlier crash at the same location, 121st and Blue Mound. Both people were taken to the hospital, not known the severity of their injuries.
Authorities in Kenosha County are searching for a domestic assault suspect on the run with an infant.
21-year-old Keon DeJuan Taylor of Racine is wanted for a violent assault and carjacking that happened on October 31st in Pleasant Prairie. Authorities say he punched the victim repeatedly in the face and dragged her out of her car by her hair. The couple's 3-month-old infant was inside the vehicle when Taylor fled the scene. Kenosha County District Attorney's Office says Taylor was already out on bond in a Racine County domestic abuse case involving the same victim, with active no-contact orders. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
A showdown over presidential power today. The U.S. Supreme Court set to hear arguments on whether the White House has the authority to fire the leaders of independent federal agencies without cause. ABC's Devin Dwyer.
Congress designed those agencies to be free from direct supervision of the White House, to be bipartisan, to be independent. And key to that is that members can only be fired by a president for cause. Donald Trump says that is unconstitutional, that presidents must be able to remove those members at will.
A ruling in President Trump's favor would overturn some 90 years of precedent.
A federal judge is dealing a setback to the Justice Department in its efforts to seek a new indictment against former FBI Director James Comey. The judge is temporarily barring prosecutors from using evidence they'd relied on when they initially secured criminal charges. Now, the ruling doesn't prevent the government from trying again soon to indict Comey, but it does suggest prosecutors may have to do that without citing communications between Comey and a close friend and associate, Columbia University law professor Daniel Rickman.
Democrats on Capitol Hill demanding the promised release of classified video showing a deadly U.S. military strike at a boat carrying 11 people in the Caribbean in early September. The follow-up strike that killed 2 survivors that same day remains under intense scrutiny. CBS's Bradley Blackburn.
Democrats call for the video's release. Debate is growing over the second strike that killed 2 survivors on a suspected drug boat off Venezuela's coast in early September. Last week, a bipartisan group of lawmakers received private briefings from Joint Chiefs of Staff Chair General Dan Kane and Navy Admiral Frank Mitch Bradley, who led the mission. Over the weekend, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth defended the Trump administration's efforts to go after so-called narco-terrorists and said the second strike on September 2nd was justified.
There was a link-up point of another potential boat. Drugs were still there. They were actively interacting with them.
The Packers are back atop the NFC North Division standings. Christian Watson hauled in a pair of touchdowns. Keshawn Nixon sealed the win, intercepting Caleb Williams in the end zone on 4th and 1, just 22 seconds left to play. The Packers walking away with a 28-21 victory.
Action in November after tearing his ACL in January. Watson has 5 touchdowns in his last 4 games.
I'm just really proud of how he's responded and how he's worked to get him into a spot now where you go out and you see what he can do, and got a lot of love and a lot of respect for Christian Watson.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Packers are now 9-3-1 with the win, good for the second best record in the NFC, and of course in first place in the NFC North. They play the Broncos next Sunday.
Coming up, not the compliment you want with your cinnamon roll. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:05.
Blain's Farm and Fleet's huge gift sale is going on now, and that means unbeatable value on unique gifts for all the originals on your list. Like 40% off a special buy Milwaukee M12 3-tool combo kit, only $199. 20-pound bags of Blain's brand black oil sunflower seed, $10.99. Rewards members save an extra $1. Plus, get $30 in Carhartt bucks for every $125 you spend on Carhartt gear. Knock out your holiday shopping for less during our huge gift sale only at Blain's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Do you have a spot that's too cold in the winter, but if you jack up the heat, the rest of the house is too warm? Vince Vitrano for USA Insulation. Time to get Jeff and his team out to your house. Proper insulation from USA forms a thermal barrier that maintains warmth in the winter and coolness in the summer. Time to get in on thousands of dollars of government efficiency credits. Jeff and his team at USA Insulation find the grants, rebates, reductions, and they discount the cost of your project up front. Get started at usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Hi, this is Joe from Sidex. I just want to take a moment to say thank you to everyone who entered our recent giveaway. We were blown away by the response, and it means a lot to us that so many of you participated. Even if you didn't win, I want you to know we're still here for you. At Sidex, helping people love where they live inside and out is what drives us every day. So from all of us at Sidex, thank you for being part of something special. Sidex, love where you live inside and out with windows, doors, baths, and more.
Gift cards from the historic Fox & Hounds restaurant make perfect holiday gifts because everybody loves a great dinner. Buy a $100 gift card to get a $20 gift card free. Order online at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. Great stocking stuffers. Happy holidays from the famous Fox & Hounds.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:07.
What Keshawn Nixon saw on that pick that sealed the game for the Pack, we'll do it in sports at 6:15.
First half of 2025 saw more than 8,000 global data breaches. As experts say, AI is making hackers more effective. Michael Bremer is VP of Global Data Breach Resolution. He tells WTMJ,
this year's forecast has 5 out of the 6 predictions that involved AI. So AI is very transformative. It's no longer behind the scenes, and it's very much front and center in scams, data breaches, and even infrastructure attacks.
Bremer says even with AI, 99% of all breaches are still caused by just human error.
Kohl's is changing how it stocks stores, hoping budget shoppers come back. The retailer plans to push more in-house brands onto shelves instead of leaning as heavily on big national labels. Tim Gibbons with the Milwaukee Business Journal telling WTMJ.
What they are doing now is investing more in their proprietary brands, rolling them out to more stores, having more products, with the idea that it gives them a lower price point for shoppers, which is very important in today's economy where shoppers are looking for bargains, and it gives them something that makes them stand out.
Kohl's hoping the exclusive lines will help set them apart from competitors like Walmart, Target, Amazon.
A worker at a Cinnabon in Ashwaubenon is fired after making racist comments.
A worker inside a Cinnabon at Bay Park Square Mall is out of a job after a TikTok video surfaced showing her making offensive comments toward a customer. According to the poster, the video was recorded December 5th and began after the employee made a derogatory remark about her hijab. In the clip, the woman was heard saying racial slurs and calling herself a racist. Cinnabon responded online saying the worker was immediately fired and that her behavior does not represent the company or the experience customers deserve. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:09.
Hey, fellas, are you feeling off of your game? If you feel like something is holding you back, connect with the medical professionals at Game Day Men's Health. WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Game Day Men's Health helps guys regain their youthful edge with hormone replacement, vitamin therapy, personalized weight loss plans, plus EPAT therapy, which I've used for injuries such as plantar fasciitis or tennis elbow. And it's all under the care of experienced medical professionals. A free consultation at their clinic in Brookfield, Shorewood, Germantown, or Delafield. Game Day Men's Health. Get back in the game.
Drafty windows means wasted money. Call Siding Unlimited today for energy-efficient replacement windows and doors and start saving now. For a free estimate and honest price guarantee, go to sidingunlimited.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Quote today at progressive.com.
Checking in with Debbie here at 6:10.
All right, a little bit of a messy ride out there. We've got issues. We've got an accident westbound 94 about Elm Grove Road, the right lane blocked there. And then there's another one just a little bit further on, also blocking the right, actually on the right shoulder on that one. So we got backup stretching back to Highway 100, so that's something to keep in mind. Also on 41, the accident on the off-ramp to North Avenue from southbound 41, that is still there and still causing some headaches. We do have some delays northbound on 41 heading up between Hampton and Silver Spring. Also an accident on 94 heading southbound at Rawson Avenue, the left lane blocked with that one. A couple of broken down vehicles here and there, but nothing in the major end of things as far as any kind of delays. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. For today, mostly cloudy, high temperatures in the mid-20s. We're on the lookout for a few snow showers tonight. Mostly cloudy with temperatures in the teens, accumulations up to an inch farther north of I-94. Mostly cloudy with a rain-snow mix late in the day for our Tuesday. Highs in the upper 30s. That rain-snow mix continues overnight and into Wednesday. Cloudy, falling temperatures. Our high on Wednesday reaches 36. Slight chance of a flurry on Thursday, highs in the low 20s, and we'll look for another chance of snow showers on Friday with a high of 20. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 15.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Erik Bilstad.
We have a lot to get to today.
Is it a big day today?
It is a big day after a big day on Sunday as well. Don't forget, first of all,
the SOTs.
The WTMJ 2025 Standouts of the Year. We will unveil our first standout. We'll do that at 7:20 this morning.
Much anticipated.
Much
a lot
anticipated.
Of folks
a lot of
waiting
people.
On pins and needles.
A lot of people pining, hoping their name might be read. We'll see.
If you are one, you already know, by the way. So.
Well, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, good point.
Keep the intrigue.
Obviously.
Wait in your car. Don't go into work yet. Could be you.
Lots to get to from Lambeau Field. To do that in 3 minutes with the huge win for the Green Bay Packers, but also
happening today
in New York. Still going on, this pretrial evidence hearing scheduled to continue today in the Luigi Mangione New York State murder trial. He's accused, of course, of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson on the streets of Manhattan a year ago. The defense continuing to try to get some of this evidence thrown out.
In court, prosecutors showing an alleged to-do list found in Mangione's pocket during his arrest on December 9th last year. Under that same date, the note says intel check-in and survival kit. Defense attorneys are hoping to get a laundry list of evidence thrown out, like the items found in Mangione's backpack, including a 3D printed gun and notebook with his alleged writings, as well as statements police say that he made.
ABC's Rena Roy. Yeah, a little bit more on that. It appears that after an officer approached him at that McDonald's in Pennsylvania, he told the cop he didn't want to talk. But the officer kept asking him questions, and he continued to answer those questions. It was 20 minutes later when police finally gave him his Miranda rights, told him that he had the right to remain silent. So defense really going after that and trying to get some of that stuff thrown out. So he'll be back in court today. And again, of course, he still faces federal charges as well. So a lot to get to with Mangione. But again, after a lengthy hearing last week, multiple days, it'll pick right back up again today in New York.
Do you know if the playoffs started this week, the Packers would be the number 2 seed in the NFC? You know who we'd play?
The Bears?
The Bears. Right. But a lot of football in between. We'll do it all next in sports.
In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus invites John the Baptist's followers to tell John what you see and hear. Words aren't enough. Jesus reveals who he is by the miracles he performs. This is Archbishop Jeffrey Grab. In a world filled with screens and noise, we all long for something real. Real community, real purpose, and the real presence of Jesus Christ in the Eucharist. This Advent, come experience what is real. Join us at Mass.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here for Tri-County Contracting. You noticed it when you were up on the ladder putting up the lights. You noticed how banged up the shingles looked, the roof there. You noticed that some gaskets probably don't look as good as they used to. It's all cracked up. But what do? You don't need a new roof, right? Tri-County Contracting will tell you that. But you could need yourself a worry-free roof tune-up, which will extend the life of your roof and avoid any leaking and any issues that come with that. Worry-free roof tune-ups from Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and windows. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
This morning, the Green Bay Packers sit atop the NFC North with a thrilling victory over the Chicago Bears.
Williams looking, throwing, it is intercepted! Keyshawn Nixon and the Packers will win it!
Keyshawn Nixon sealing the deal. Fox Sports on the calls. The Packers survive a Bears comeback attempt. 28-21 the final. Key, what'd you see on that last play?
And my guy went behind the backfield, and I was chasing. And I saw the tight end free, so I knew he was the only person to get the ball. So I just ran to me through the ball. I think I kind of got high. It was kind of high. Did I jump high?
Yeah, you jumped high, man. Packers only one win in the division last season. Think of that. Now 4-0, and more work to do. Nixon on to next week, and then the Bears again.
You know, that's what you want. You want the best players to make the big plays, and when they're back against the wall, got to win. It's 4th and 1. Ain't no bigger play than that. So it's a hell of a win for us for sure. But we got Denver this week, and we play them again. So we can't dwell on it. Can't lose when we go to Chicago, so we got to play the same way.
Yeah, nothing is settled, right? We still got 4 games. Certainly you would prefer to have won that game.
Yes.
But nothing is settled. A lot of football in between. And the Packers at Denver, Denver's pretty good. I think they're atop the AFC.
Yep.
They've only got 2 losses on the season. So Packers play their 3:25 kick on Sunday.
What do you think of that handshake between the coaches after the game?
You want to hear from LaFleur on that? I got that coming up at 6:45. Yeah. Brief. Quick.
Vikings beat up on the Commanders 31-0. Gruesome injury in that game. Veteran tight end Zach Ertz with an ACL tear, at least, if not more, injury there. When he was hit, tried to catch a ball, he was hit by the Vikings safety Jay Ward.
You see Zach Ertz on the sideline, the emotion after that hit he took. Marcus Mariota comes over to check on Ertz. Your heart breaks for a player like Zach Ertz. You want to talk about another wonderful person.
Fox Sports with the call there. Just gruesome injury.
Hey, can we talk about the horn guy?
Oh, playing the horn, right?
Well, hey,
so that wasn't like
some situational awareness.
So I mean, it wasn't like right after it happened. That that audio was when he was already on the sidelines.
Okay, so he had already been cleared. He wasn't still down on the field.
It's football. They may have played it then. I don't know, but no, this was.
Come on, Vikings.
He had already been made to the sidelines at that point. But good question.
Come on, horn guy.
Chiefs playoff hopes take a major hit after they have fell to the Texans 20-10 on Sunday night.
That is terrible.
That was from NBC's Chris Collinsworth. Actually, with some interesting comments from Collinsworth. We'll bring that to you at 6:45.
And big upset in college basketball. Wisconsin women beat Michigan State on Sunday at the Kohl Center. 78-64 was the final in that one. The Badgers 7-3 on the young season, hosting San Diego in a midday game Wednesday. That'll be an 11 a.m. tip. Sorry, San Diego. That's 9 a.m. Pacific. Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
Why wait for Black Friday when you can save every day? We're extending Black Friday Plus at Hasselist Mattress. We've gone rogue and activated Black Friday deals on all Beautyrest World Class, and Beautyrest Black mattresses. Now through Monday, you get the way low Hasselist price on all Beautyrest mattresses, plus a free adjustable base, plus free memory foam pillows, plus free next day delivery, plus employee-free, hassle-free showrooms. Not just on Black Friday, but every day through Monday at Hasselist Mattress. Get a Queen Beautyrest Elm Cove A mattress. Other stores sell it for $1,650, but our Black Friday Plus price is just $794. Plus free adjustable base, plus free memory foam pillows, plus free next day delivery, and a great night's sleep for way less. Bust down our door for Beautyrest Black Friday Plus. Now through Monday at Hasselist Mattress. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasselist.com.
It's our turn for trivia this week. Wisconsin's Morning News is on it. So it'll be Erik, me, producer Greg Hill, and Sandy Max from WTMJ hosting our Trivia Showdown, part of Capco's Kids to Kids Christmas Toy Drive. We will be at Trattoria Di Carlo and Pizzeria in Oak Creek Wednesday night. Trivia starts at 7 o'clock. We'd love for you to get there a little bit early and get all set. And if you want to come out early, have dinner, spread some holiday cheer, that's all happening. We ask that you bring an unwrapped toy to donate to help kids right here in Southeast Wisconsin have a great Christmas, or you can donate online as well. You can do that in person as well. We just don't take cash. We'll have a QR code there if you want to donate in that way. For more information, you visit WTMJtrivia.com. Trivia Showdown, Wednesday night, Trattoria Di Carlo and Pizzeria in Oak Creek. See you there.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. It's kindness, it's compassion, it's very specialized training. Their mission is to transform the culture of care, and they're doing that every single day. I've been in their places. I've seen how they love and take care of people with cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, or other related dementia symptoms. In part at Azura, they do such a great job because their staff goes through specialized training. They're going to take great care of you. Locations throughout Southeast Wisconsin, Wisconsin-based, family-owned. It's Azura.
The only place to get this.
And I want to make it clear for the 50th time, Giannis has never asked to be traded, ever. I can't make that more clear.
With some of this.
One of the two parties here, Doc Rivers and the media, one of the two sides is clearly lying. Both messages that we have heard are on opposite ends of the spectrum.
Get it all on Bucks Talk, your all-encompassing Milwaukee Bucks postgame show. Only heard here on the home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
Checking in with Debbie here at 621.
All right. One of the accidents on westbound 94 west of Highway 100 has been cleared. The other one is still there, the one with the right lane blocked. So, backups are stretching all the way back into the Zoo interchange. So that's something to keep in mind. Westbound 94 itself is also kind of backed up from the stadium interchange to about Mitchell Boulevard. We've got northbound. No, I was right. The off-ramp to North Avenue from southbound 41, that is actually still there, still causing some issues. We had a crash also on 94 southbound right about at Rawson Avenue. Left lane is blocked right now, so I'm not seeing really any delays with that, but that's something just to keep in mind. Emergency crews are over there. Remember, move over or slow down. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Cloudy, a high of 26 today. Tonight, chance for some snow. Cloudy, a low of 18. Tuesday, cloudy, rain-snow mix late. Tomorrow, a high of 37. Wednesday, another rain-snow mix in there, a high of 36. Cools back down on Thursday. Right now, it's 6:22. It's 7 degrees with the wind chill.
Happy Monday!
It's time to look at the week ahead.
What a Monday morning.
This is the part where Erik usually says, what are you going to see in your timeline, on the TV, reading the headlines, seeing your social media here on the radio. But I'm on the week ahead today, so Erik.
Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you selected?
All right, fine. Your week ahead. Today is Monday, December 5th, December 8th, 2025. And ahead this week,
the SOTs.
Yes, I'm on week ahead as Erik has been diligently assembling our WTMJ standouts of the year who will be revealed on this here program, 7:20 each of the next 4 days.
Let's go 5 days. All the way through Friday. We do.
Did I miss someone? The men and women who had a deep impact on Wisconsin in 2025. Time Magazine's Person of the Year, slightly less prestigious honor than the SOTY.
The SOTs.
Yes, that would be the Pody. That is supposed to be revealed this week. We're hearing Thursday morning for this, yeah?
Yeah.
And odds makers from FanDuel, if you're a betting person, have the top 5 possibilities.
Okay.
In reverse order: Vladimir Zelensky, president of Ukraine; Joe Rogan, the podcaster; President Trump; Pope Leo XIV.
Ooh, interesting.
And one we've been thinking about, sort of almost worried about, the number one possibility.
It's not going to be AI, is it?
Artificial intelligence, which isn't actually a person. The field expected to grow to 8 could have yet another Democrat throwing his hat in the ring for governor as president of the Greater Milwaukee Committee, Joel Brennan, expected to officially announce his run this week.
Here are the nominees for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Comedy.
Golden Globe nominations set to come out today, 7:15 our time. Globes Awards are actually January 11th. It's not Cyber Monday, but Green Monday, and they say one of the biggest days for online sales. A term coined by eBay nearly 20 years ago for the second Monday in December, with folks making last-minute online purchases for delivery in time for Christmas. So now you missed the Black Friday and you missed the Cyber, and you're like, whoa, I got to get on this.
Still got a shot? Okay.
Sticking with the financials, 2 days of Fed meetings kick off on Tuesday with a Wednesday decision expected on interest rates. The Federal Open Market Committee last lowered rates 0.25% in October.
All aboard the choo-choo train. All aboard, all aboard.
All aboard the holiday train, the Canadian Pacific train. You know, it's the one that it's all duded up, right? It's got the lights and stuff.
Pretty
There's
neat
entertainment
looking.
with it.
You've seen it in person, right?
And they collect food for the boys and girls, for the needy as well. That rolls through Wisconsin this week. Stops in Sturtevant and Caledonia on Tuesday. Wauwatosa, Heartland, Oconomowoc, and Watertown on Wednesday for the holiday train. Touchdown of a non-football variety Tuesday, provided everything goes well with the separation this morning. NASA astronaut Johnny Kim, alongside 2 Russian cosmonauts, scheduled to return to Earth on a Russian Soyuz capsule 245 days aboard the International Space Station. Also Tuesday, the new Hippo Indoor Haven opens at the Milwaukee County Zoo. 61,000 square feet of habitat, as well as the Rhino Care Center for better animal health care, surrounding yards for zebras and Red River hogs as well, if you need them. Wednesday is International Human Rights Day, marking the anniversary of the United Nations General Assembly adopting the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Wednesday night is our night to host trivia.
Who are the ad wizards who came up with this one?
Yes, producer Greg, Erik, Sandy Max, and I.
I've got a title to defend.
That's right. You're going to come and play?
Yes, sir.
We'll be at Trattoria Di Carlo and Pizzeria in Oak Creek, 7 o'clock start time. We ask you to bring a toy for Capco Kids to Kids Toy Drive. And in fact, Saturday is the Capco Kids to Kids Christmas celebration in Grafton, where some of those toys will be distributed. Nobel Prize Award ceremony in Stockholm for prizes in physics, chemistry, physiology or medicine, literature and economic sciences. Nobel Peace Prize presented in Oslo, Norway. That is also on Wednesday. Jury selection set to begin Thursday unless there's some sort of plea deal for Milwaukee County Circuit Court Judge Hannah Dugan, accused of helping an illegal immigrant escape capture from federal agents earlier this year. Her trial is set to begin a week from today in federal court.
A savior arises in swaddling clothes, and nothing.
The 10th season of Black Nativity opens Thursday night at the Marcus Performing Arts Center. The Langston Hughes musical plays in the Wilson Theater at Vogel Hall through Sunday. Friday, Wisconsin Elections Commission meets. We're only a couple of months away from the spring primary in 2026. This is a public hearing, meaning anybody can register to speak at the virtual meeting. It's all online. WEC discussing proposed rules for voting equipment, ballot security, Training of elections inspectors, 11 a.m. on Friday. In sports.
Put away the snowplow and come on out.
Yes. Major League Baseball. Winter meetings. League executives getting together in Orlando. The draft lottery Tuesday night, but this is often when big deals get done. So if the Brewers were, for example, looking to trade Freddie Peralta or something else before the season, we'll be hearing about that this week. College football's Heisman Trophy Award to be announced Saturday night on ESPN.
Chim chimney, chim chim, chiree, chim chiroo.
Dick Van Dyke turns 100 years old on Saturday. Mary Poppins, of course, Bye Bye Birdie, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang,
and
3
looking
Emmys.
Great, by the way.
Yeah, still doing interviews and stuff. 3 Emmys for the Dick Van Dyke Show. That is Saturday. And finally, Sunday at sundown.
Tell your friend Veronica, it's time to celebrate Hanukkah.
Jewish celebration of Hanukkah begins. In Cheer District outside Fiserv Forum, the giant menorah will join the city Christmas tree and be lit Sunday and each of the following 7 nights of the celebration. That's your week ahead.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah.
Time for News About Your Money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average will open the week at 47,955. The NASDAQ at 23,578. And the S&P 500 at 6,870. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth. Annex Private Client. Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
It is time again for the Monday Makeover.
Hi, this is Maura, and happy holidays to you.
I love that you have a new holiday color collection at Merle Norman.
Full of sparkle and shine. Ooh. We have 6 new shadow crayons, which is everybody's favorite. They're really easy to use, and they're waterproof, so they last all day. You don't have to worry about them from the morning until your party's at night. You don't have to touch them up at all. We also have some great new lip products. Our most popular dual-sided lip pencil Plus, which has been in our line since 1981.
Wow.
There's 2 new amazing holiday colors. We have our new natural lip oil and a really nice fun sheer pink called Candy. So these are really great for anyone that just wants some new colors or great stocking stuffers as well.
What else do you have for good gift ideas at Merle Norman?
3 really great gift sets, all pretty wallet friendly too. We have 2 skincare sets. We have our Smoothing Skin Duo, which has our anti-aging body cream and our retinol night complex. So this is a great body care duo to improve tone and texture from head to toe. We have our anti-aging duo, which has our anti-aging serum, which is hands down my favorite. It's a niacinamide-based serum.
It's incredible. It is
incredible.
I felt the smoothness immediately.
Yes, we hear that all the time, that people notice a difference almost immediately when using it. And then paired up with our anti-aging night cream, which is also in this gift set.
And then it looks like we're going to get a little wicked.
Yes, our Wicked Lash Mascara, our most popular formula. They came out with a limited edition duo of the classic black, but the super trendy cocoa color. We have a lot of little other stocking stuffers in the store as well. So you can come in and shop and we can help you put together that perfect gift.
And then for somebody who's just like, I don't know, that sounds fun, but I just can't decide.
You cannot go wrong with a gift certificate, and they can be used on any of the products in the store and services as well.
Call Merle Norman or book online at mnsalonbrookfield.com.
At 6:31, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News, Monday, December 8th. Right to Debbie Lazago for Time Saver Traffic.
The only accident we have right now is on westbound 94, just about at Elm Grove Road. It is off on the right shoulder and blocking the right lane, so watch for delays stretching all the way back to the zoo. Otherwise, westbound's backing up a bit through the stadium interchange to Mitchell Boulevard, and then 41, everything has cleared up, so we're looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly cloudy today, high 26. Chance of snow showers overnight, low down to 18. Milwaukee at 15.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Debate intensifying on Capitol Hill over the boat strikes in the Caribbean, including one in early September in which the suspected drug-carrying vessel was hit and then hit again, killing 2 survivors on board. So far, the defense secretary hasn't said if he will release video of it. The Supreme Court today set to hear arguments on whether the White House has the authority to fire the leaders of independent federal agencies without cause. President Trump says absolutely the White House has that power. Here's ABC's Devin Dwyer.
Congress designed those agencies to be free from direct supervision of the White House, to be bipartisan, to be independent. And key to that is that members can only be fired by a president for cause. Donald Trump says that is unconstitutional, that presidents must be able to remove those members at will.
Luigi Mangione is back in court today as lawyers for the suspected CEO killer try to get key evidence against him thrown out. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:33.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a domestic dispute left 2 people dead. Milwaukee's northwest side. Police responded about 3:30 Sunday morning. 78th and Silver Spring, 41-year-old found shot and killed. 45-year-old man who was the suspected shooter later died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The cause of that shooting still under investigation.
A crash injures a Wauwatosa police officer and another driver on Sunday night. TMJ4 News reporting it happened while officers were investigating an earlier crash at the same location near 121st and Blue Mound. Both people taken to the hospital. It's not known how severe the injuries are.
A Mequon-based pet food company issuing a dog food recall.
From Family Foods has recalled 300 cases of its Bonnie Hill Farms Beefy Bowls beef recipe because it might have plastic contamination. The product was sold frozen in 16-ounce chubs with a Best Buy date of December 25th, 2026 at neighborhood pet stores nationwide, including in Wisconsin. No injuries or illnesses have been reported, and no other Fromm products are affected by the recall. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
The NFC North Division is now back in the control of your Green Bay Packers. Keshawn Nixon picking off Caleb Williams in the end zone at the end of the game. 4th and 1 from the 14-yard line, securing the victory at Lambeau, 28-21.
It was quite a roller coaster ride for Nixon, who cost the Packers 30 yards on 2 first-half penalties, prompting Matt LaFleur to bench his number 1 corner on the Bears' final drive of the first half.
There's just a heightened sense of emotion, but you got to keep your poise at the end of the day, and you can't do anything that hurts the team.
Nixon's response? The game-preserving interception with 22 seconds to play.
I was proud of how he responded. I know he had a couple PBUs, and then to have that interception at the end of the game was obviously a critical moment.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Up next for the Packers, Denver. They play the Broncos at Denver. The Broncos are pretty good. They're 11-2, so that's next Sunday.
Traffic is sponsored by Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Just Google Mission 94.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Learn the right way to handle firearms. Just Google Mission 94.
Coming up, now the award season begins.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
The president of James Imaging Systems, Tom Tegeter.
As I reflect on the 2025 performance of the James Imaging Systems team, I'm inspired by their power of action, reliable follow-through, and ability to consistently connect with our clients. So thank you for helping our clients grow, profit, and thrive. In addition, I'm humbled by the trust our clients place in the James Imaging Systems expertise to help them succeed, now and in the years to come. As your local business technology partner, I extend my appreciation and gratitude for your ongoing loyalty. Looking forward, I feel that as individuals and as a community, if we display the power of positive action and authentically strive to find common ground, then our local communities will be stronger and our family connections will be secure and enduring. To everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and God bless America.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:37.
Packers head coach Matt LaFleur on that icy handshake after the game on Sunday. We'll hear from him in sports at 6:45.
Happening today.
Yes, actually, in the next hour or so, the nominees for the 83rd Annual Golden Globes will be announced. On CBS.
For TV, The Studio.
Being the head of Continental is the only job I've ever wanted.
And The Pit are heavily favored again. On the big screen, critics like comedies Marty Supreme and One Battle After Another.
This is Bob Ferguson.
For dramas, they expect to see Hamnet.
Who are you looking for?
William Shakespeare.
And Sinners.
I ain't ever seen no demon.
The Golden Globes air on CBS and Paramount Plus January 11th. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
So something new this year. Nominees include a brand new category, podcasting. So podcast will be on there. One of the top contenders, you could probably guess it.
Hey, I'm Sean.
And I'm Will.
And I'm Jason.
Yep, Smartless. that is one of the many being suggested for best podcasts at the Golden Globes.
Podcast is another area where it's like there's so many podcasts.
Right.
Like, where do you start?
Mm-hmm. And it'll be interesting to see where you go on that one. Joe Rogan also is expected to be nominated for that.
It is 6:38 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Hey, Vince, trivia. Do you know the only country that starts with the letter O?
Oostburg.
What's the longest song to ever reach #1 in the Billboards?
Frampton. Do you feel? I don't know music.
Well, you might. Test your smarts with us, Wisconsin's Morning News, during the Trivia Showdown Wednesday, December 10th at Trattoria DiCarlo and Pizzeria in Oak Creek.
Bring a new unwrapped toy to help out the Capco Kids to Kids Toy Drive. Trivia starts at 7. We'll see you there.
You've spent a lifetime taking care of others. Now it's your turn to enjoy life your way. At Capri Communities, they offer vibrant senior living where neighbors become friends, and each day brings something to smile about.
Well, it's breakfast with the boys, and then bingo is at 3 in the afternoon. I lost that super lady I lived with for 60 years, but have found a home and doing well. The accommodations, the facilities, it's been a pleasure.
Find your perfect new home at capricommunities.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin. They are the real deal. My wife had a recent back issue, went to Orthopedic Hospital, used the doctors, used the facility, used the physical therapist. It was all a piece of cake. Beautiful facilities, incredible people, top docs in the area, highest patient satisfaction ratings. Orthopedic specialists are available to care for every part of your body. Go to the website, OHOW.com, OHOW.com. Request an appointment. Advanced diagnostics, great place. It's Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life. At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work. Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation. Search AXIS Legal today.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Give the perfect holiday gift this season. A Bartolotta gift card, providing memorable experiences for nearly 30 years. Purchase yours at Bartolottas.com. That's Bartolottas.com.
Traffic report brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants. Debbie.
Westbound 94 still has an accident right before Elm Grove Road. It is blocking the right lane and off on the right shoulder as well. So we do have a bit of a tight squeeze coming out of the Zoo interchange to that point. Also, delays from about 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. On the eastbound side, backing up from 84th Street, let's say, all the way to Hawley Road. Other than that, we're actually looking pretty good around the rest of the system. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. For today, mostly cloudy with high temperatures in the mid-20s. We're on the lookout for a few snow showers late tonight. Mainly north of I-94 is where we'd be looking for some accumulation. Cloudy with lows in the teens. The cloud cover sticks around for our Tuesday. Rain-snow mix late in the afternoon and overnight into Wednesday. We'll look for high temperatures both days in the mid and upper 30s. That rain-snow mix continues on Wednesday, and then the temperatures begin to quickly fall. Slight chance of a flurry on Thursday. Mostly cloudy with highs in the low 20s. Another chance of snow showers on Friday with a high of 20. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee right now at 16. Cost to ride the bus is going up. Milwaukee County Transit System faced with a budget hole of $11 million this year and projected $14 million budget gap next year. Trying to close that gap, and one way they're going to do that is by increasing fares. Starting January 1st, your standard MCTS bus ride will go from $2 to $2.75. For those qualifying for reduced fares, it'll go from $1 to $1.25. Daily fare, weekly and monthly passes in all categories on the rise as well. Now, MCTS announcing those changes this month, again, effective on the first of the year 2026. What's the problem with that? Go ahead, you know the answer.
I'll let you tell it.
Okay, well, because one of the reasons we're in this budget problem to begin with is because people aren't paying to ride the bus.
Paying, right.
One of the reasons the transit system is in the hole that it is in is because, by their own admission, 1 in 4 people riding the bus aren't paying. They're just walking on. So around 50%, half of the people riding the Magic Bus, that would be the Connect One on Wisconsin and Blue Mound, who aren't paying.
Right.
So 2 takeaways on this. First, if they're already not paying, how do you expect to reap the benefits of increased fares? Secondly, the inherent unfairness about it. Once again, those who follow the rules and pay for rides now will be asked to pay even more, an even greater burden for the freeloaders who are just hopping on the bus, whose behavior has put the entire transit system in jeopardy of collapse. You expect taxpayers to have some investment in a transit system, in a public transit system. It's not going to be, self-sustaining. But that said, $10 million, $11 million, $14 million budget holes, that's not sustainable.
Right, it's a lot.
So on that latter point, there are steps that MCTS announced earlier this year to put more security on buses. Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office is budgeted for spending on deputies to assist in this. So they're on the right track with that. But we created a culture here where some folks are free to simply flaunt the rules, and now it's costing everybody else more for a ride.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Chiropractic care for anxiety. Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. I told you I started seeing Dr. Alex Young and his team years ago because my back hurt. But there are many other benefits to chiropractic care. And I was talking with one of my fellow patients the other day. Her name is Aubrey, and she was willing to share that she has struggled with severe anxiety through her life. Tried everything, finally sought relief at Connect Chiropractic. No twisting, no cracking, no popping. The docs use one of these special tools to get your spine aligned and your entire nervous system functioning properly. And for Aubrey, that has meant just weeks into her care, relief from that anxiety. And she says she's getting better all the time. Tell them Vinny sent you to Connect Chiropractic in Delafield, Wauwatosa, and now Oak Creek. Go connectchiro.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Packers and Bears will meet again in now less than 2 weeks. But it's Green Bay with the edge.
Love on a play fake. Quick throw. Watson with the speed. Uh-oh! Christian Watson in a foot race, and he's going to win it. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Christian Watson on his second touchdown of the day. Fox Sports on the call. Watson, 89 yards receiving and showing that breakaway speed.
I mean, honestly, that's just a good read by Jay Love. I was blocking. He saw that they were in man right away. He gave us a quick signal, and we made the most out of it.
This was something that we talked about with Tausch. The Bears are supposed to prevent you from being able to do that, show you that look that tips their hand.
Put everyone on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But made the most of it in that one. Much made of the renewed rivalry between these two teams. One of the more anticipated moments of the game came after it was over. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur, Bears head coach Ben Johnson. What would they do, regardless of how it turned out, when they met at midfield? Didn't break stride as they barely shook hands. ESPN's Rob Domofsky asked LaFleur.
You or Ben say anything to each other, or was it just a blow-by handshake?
Oh, it's just, I think, quick handshake. I mean, we'll see him again in 2 weeks. So
yeah, I mean, nothing. I mean, I didn't really,
And you might see him again after that.
If the playoffs were today, Packers as the number 2 seed would play The Bears. It's the number 7. So, come on. Yes, we will see them again. And I don't see this Packers team as having a look past in them, at least not at this point. We've got the Broncos next on the road in Denver, and the Broncos are 11-2.
They haven't lost in like months.
Tied for the best record in the AFC. So a big game. The Packers will be ready. I'm not saying we're going to win, but be ready for it. It won't be a thing where you're, we got the Bears next week. We'll just get through this, right? That is a 3:25 kick on Sunday.
Vikings beat up the Commanders 31-0. Terrible injury in that game. Veteran tight end Zach Ertz, who played for the Eagles for many years, has an ACL tear at least, but his leg got bent backwards. He got hit just a little low. He kind of reached for a ball, got hit in the leg.
Oof, that's a dangerous hit from Jay Ward going low.
Yeah, a lot of criticism for the safety of the Vikings for how low he went there. Not sure if that was something he could have prevented from doing. That was on Fox. Meanwhile, the Chiefs, their playoff hopes taking a major hit. They fell to the Texans Sunday night 20-10. Listen to Collinsworth talking about this Chiefs team after they realized they were probably going to not win this game.
The faces of champions are really struggling to comprehend what is happening to this football season. It wasn't a breakdown of the offensive line. It was a breakdown across the board of the people that have made this franchise great over the past decade.
Yeah, Kelsey had a terrible bobble that turned into an interception. And that essentially ended the game for the Chiefs.
Are they down a lot of guys? I mean, was this supposed to be a down season?
Like Collinsworth said, no.
Right?
They've had a couple of dings, but no, it's just not playing well. The Stars have not been playing well.
College hoops, Wisconsin women's basketball off to a great start. Just upset number 20, Michigan State, 78-64 at the Kohl Center on Sunday. Next up for the Lady Badgers, San Diego in Madison on Wednesday. That's an 11 a.m. tip. Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
Hi, this is Dave Spano, CEO of Annex Wealth Management. As we head towards the new year, I want to extend a heartfelt gratitude to our listeners and to our clients. Thank you for your trust, your partnership, and the conversations we get to have every day. From all of us at Annex, we wish you and your family a safe, joyful, and meaningful holiday season.
Investment and retirement planning, along with tax and estate strategies. Get financially organized for the new year. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
You got one of those spots in your house, it's too cold in the winter, and you certainly know that right now, but if you jack up the heat, now the rest of your house is too warm. Vince Vitrano for USA Insulation. Let's get Jeff and his team out to have a look at your place. Proper insulation, you know this, from USA will ensure a cozy home. Forms that thermal barrier, protective layer that maintains the warmth in the winter warming season. And right now, still time to get in on thousands of dollars in government efficiency credits for your project. And Jeff and the team at USA Insulation, they do the work for you. They find the grants and the rebates and the reductions that are available, and then they discount the cost of your project up front. USA Insulation, get started at usainsulation.net.
Planning for 2026 starts now. A new deck from Outdoor Living Unlimited is built to last. We are Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech deck installation team. For amazing ideas, go to our Outdoor Living Unlimited Instagram page. For a free estimate, go to outdoorlivingunlimited.com.
Be our eyes on the road. See something out there that I should know about?
Hi, Debbie. I just thought I'd let you know eastbound 94 has what looks like a pretty bad accident.
Call me, Debbie Lazaga, on the WTMJ traffic tip line, 414-238-9329.
Hi, Deb. It's Mark. 894 West. It's a parking lot.
The drive affects you. Why not be part of it?
Westbound 94, just west of 27th Street, two-car crash.
Give me a call, 414-238-9329.
Remember Marty's Pizza.
Right off I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
This report sponsored by Marty's Pizza in Delafield. Debbie?
Dealing with the crash on westbound 94, just about at Elm Grove Road, the right lane blocked. Should be out of there pretty soon, though. We've got delays stretching back into the Zoo interchange and also through the Stadium interchange. On the eastbound side, backing up from 84th Street to Hawley Road, we do have another crash on 94 northbound this time. This one is on just past the ramp from Ryan Road, off on the right shoulder. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Your forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Cloudy today, a high of 26. Tonight, chance for some snow again. a low of 18. Tuesday, a rain-snow mix is possible late in the day, a high of 37. Wednesday, another rain-snow mix possible and a high of 36, but that temperature will fall. Hey, don't forget, 7:20 this morning,
the SOTIs.
Our very first WDTMJ 2025 Standout of the Year unveiling. Right now, 6:53.
Fascinating study here that may have crossed your social media feed on one of the reasons Gen Z kids, now some of them young adults, are how they are. And quick aside, if we Gen Xers or front-end millennials have any complaints, we have ourselves to blame. This is how we made them, right?
You're right.
Right? Every generation has complained about the generation behind them, right? But, well, you made them.
You're right.
What you've done.
It's on us.
So this gets at video games, and it's interesting. What sound do young gamers very rarely hear anymore in any capacity? The end of the game.
Ah.
And it's messing them up. Saw this in a lengthy Instagram post. The source here is an account, it's called Wealthy Educator, quoting an unnamed psychologist. So take it for what it's worth. But it has the ring of truthiness, at least to me anyway. Children in the 90s played games that forced the brain to fail and try again. 3 lives, no saves, no hints. When you lost, you learned patience, planning, and frustration tolerance. Or not, and then you chucked your controller across the room and it broke, and
right.
you were afraid to tell your parents.
Super frustrated. Yes, yeah.
Then you didn't play anymore.
Everyone had a moment.
So today, they write, many games guide kids step by step, auto-save every 10 seconds, and remove real challenge. You used to stop when you failed. Today's games are endless. Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, built to keep attention forever. This trains a different circuit. Instead of finishing tasks, kids get addicted to constant stimulation. I thought that was interesting. Yeah, the whole idea of, well, you can save your game or you're never really done with your game.
Right. Yeah, and it's that whole keeps you in front of the screen, keeps you there. They want you in front of that screen working that game as long as possible, right?
They don't have a final boss to beat?
Well, in some cases, no, or...
I mean, there are open worlds.
You can just keep going at it, though. You don't get 3 cracks at the boss.
Right, and then you start
done.
over.
You have to go back to the beginning. They also write journey games. When we were kids, you had no roadmap. You just had to figure it out. Adventure might have been one of the earliest ones on Atari, which was a terrible game, but whatever. They write modern games often give glowing lines, GPS arrows, voice assistants. Kids follow instructions instead of figuring it out. I think one of our complaints often is you're not problem solvers. Like this didn't work, so then you come to me and say, that didn't, I checked there. What do you want me to do next? What do you want me to do next? What do you want me to do next? I figure it out. My brain's busy. I assigned you a task.
Yes.
Right.
Find the solution.
They've been conditioned to always have help. And then on this point, socialization. In the 90s, you went to a friend's house. You sat on the same couch. You argued over controllers. You shared secrets. You passed levels together. Today, kids play alone with a headset, surrounded by thousands, but connected to no one. I have had that conversation with my son in the basement.
Yeah.
I'm hearing all these other voices. He's got his friends on speakerphone. They're all online playing. I'm like, hey, Tanner lives 3 blocks away. Why don't you go over there?
Because then they both can't play, though, right?
Yeah, and they're not connected. And they don't have everybody. I'm like, no. Or tell them they can come here. They're welcome to come here. They just as soon sit there and commiserate that way. And at least there's that socialization.
I was going to say, but they are commiserating, right?
So there is that. Final analysis, and this goes to your other point. Kids are playing because the game is engineered to keep them hooked. This is why Gen Z has the shortest attention span in history. And again, if you don't like it, we have ourselves to blame. This is the society we created for them. Business headlines are up next. They're sponsored by Horicon Bank. Together doing good. HoriconBank.com, the natural choice.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
There is a shakeup in the C-suite at Harley-Davidson under new CEO Artie Starrs. Stepping down, Chief Commercial Officer Luke Mansfield and Chief Digital Officer Jagdish Krishnan. Chief Financial Officer Jonathan Root adds commercial officer duties. Waukesha County Technical College receives $2 million from the philanthropic arm of Peeper Power. The donation goes to build out the college's applied AI lab. Green Bay-based Bel Giosio Cheese expands its operations in New York. The company invests over $23 million at facilities in Schenectady and in Campbell. I'm Rich Kirchin with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Doing banking differently since 1896. Greg Matzik here for Horicon Bank. Think about that for a second. Over 100 years of focus on the community and your business. At Horicon Bank, financing requests can be approved in days, not weeks, because your banker understands you and your business. And yes, Horicon Bank is expanding, but they've not lost that community-minded feel. I trust Horicon Bank. I've connected with Horicon Bank, and I invite you to do the same. It's Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice, member FDIC.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's huge gift sale is going on now, and that means unbeatable value on unique gifts for all the originals on your list. Like 40% off heated throws, $29.99 while supplies last. 30% off a 9-gallon Craftsman wet dry vac, $69.99. A 26-piece performance tool color-coded screwdriver set with rack, half price. Plus, shop a wide range of gift cards, which are always perfect gifts. Knock out your holiday shopping for less during our huge gift sale only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Do you know what time it is?
To be honest, it's 1:30.
Why did you say, to be honest?
To be honest, the cherry wood of the colonial bedroom at Penny Mustard reminds me of George Washington,
who famously said, "I cannot tell a lie."
To be honest, that's correct.
That's appropriate, since the colonial bedroom is fit for a president.
The solid wood design has an authentic old-timey feel.
To be honest, it also features forever-tight bed brackets and drawer bottoms strong enough to stand on.
So you can't tell a lie?
To be honest, I cannot.
Okay, in that case, did you eat my turkey sub out of the fridge in the break room?
To be honest, no.
Okay.
It wasn't turkey. It was ham.
The majestic colonial bedroom featuring a king panel bed with drawers, 8-drawer dresser, panel mirror, and 3-drawer nightstand, starting at $13,445 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com. Your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Monday, December 8th, our top story. A crash injures a police officer.
I'm Erik Bilstad, renewing a rivalry.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. We've got northbound 94, an accident just past the ramp from Ryan Road off on the right shoulder, so watch out for that. Other than that, westbound 94, a little tight right through the stadium interchange. We did have a crash right about at Elm Grove Road. Looks like they may have cleared that one because the delays are pretty much dissipating. We got the eastbound 94 backing up from 84th Street all the way to Hawley Road. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast. Mostly cloudy skies today. Quiet weather with a high of just 26 degrees. Chance of snow showers, though, moving in tonight. Tonight's low down to 18. Milwaukee right now at 17. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a Wauwatosa police officer and another driver were injured in a crash Sunday evening. Police telling TMJ4 News this happened while officers were investigating an earlier crash. Same location, all of this 121st and Blue Mound. Both people taken to the hospital. We do not have an update on their injuries. Kenosha County authorities are searching for a domestic assault suspect on the run with an infant.
21-year-old Keon DeJuan Taylor of Racine is wanted for a violent assault and carjacking that happened on October 31st in Pleasant Prairie. Authorities say he punched the victim repeatedly in the face and dragged her out of her car by her hair. The couple's 3-month-old infant was inside the vehicle when Taylor fled the scene. Kenosha County District Attorney's Office says Taylor was already out on bond in a Racine County domestic abuse case involving the same victim, with active no-contact orders. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
We've got a photo of Taylor and more information up at WTMJ.com.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is not saying publicly if he'll support calls to release the full video of that U.S. boat airstrike from September on a suspected drug boat in the Caribbean that killed its survivors. ABC's Mary Bruce.
Democrats who have seen the video demanding it be made public. A source who has reviewed the footage tells ABC News that after the initial strike, the video shows the survivors clinging for their lives to the wreckage of the overturned boat, appearing incapacitated and waving to something overhead. Another source says roughly 40 minutes after that first attack, the military struck again, killing those survivors.
Leader of the Senate Intelligence Committee, Senator Tom Cotton, says he would not oppose its public release if the Pentagon were to declassify it.
The U.S. Supreme Court set to hear arguments today on whether the White House has the authority to fire the leaders of independent federal agencies without cause. ABC's Devin Dwyer.
Congress designed those agencies to be free from direct supervision of the White House, to be bipartisan, to be independent. And key to that is that members can only be fired by a president for cause. Donald Trump says that is unconstitutional, that presidents must be able to remove those members at will.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is meeting with French, German, and British leaders in London to strengthen Ukraine's position in negotiations on a U.S.-backed plan to end the war with Russia. Zelensky says discussions will focus on security, air defense, and long-term funding. Now, a major issue is the proposal for Ukraine to cede control of some of their country, which Ukraine and its allies are not pleased with.
Packers back on top of the NFC North Division standings. Christian Watson hauled in a pair of touchdowns. Keyshawn Nixon sealing the win, intercepting Caleb Williams in the end zone on 4th and 1, just 22 seconds to play. The Packers walk away with a 28-21 win.
Action in November after tearing his ACL in January. Watson has 5 touchdowns in his last 4 games.
I'm just really proud of how he's responded and how he's worked to get him into a spot now where you go out and you see what he can do, and got a lot of love and a lot of respect for Christian Watson.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
The Packers now 9-3-1 with the win, good for second best in the NFC.
Coming up, here's a line you never thought you'd hear. New cocktails inspired by a drunk raccoon.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 7:04.
You work hard, you probably play hard, and you deserve to feel like your best you. That's where Mend Massage comes in. I'm a customer of Mend Massage, and they just absolutely get it. You can find them at mendstudio.com. Multiple locations, 11 types of massage therapy. They go above and beyond, taking care of employees. They customize everything. It's Mend Massage. When I'm there, I'm comfortable, and I know it's long-term wellness. That's their goal. Each session is 60 minutes. They book you for 60, you get 60. I trust them. mendstudio.com.
Hi, WTMJ's Sandy Max here. What makes living at Three Pillars so special? Well, let's hear from my friends, Bill and Patty, a couple living quite happily on their campus.
It's a large campus. There's bicycle trails. There's ponds that they can go fishing in.
It's a big family-oriented organization. We go down and have meals together. We sit and chat. The meals are excellent. Three Pillars, it's just a fantastic place to live.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik here for Flanner's Home Entertainment. Does the audio and video system in your home need an upgrade? Well, Flanner's has all the solutions and the installation experts to simplify and upgrade your home entertainment experience. Forget about the impersonable big box stores and risky online purchases. You go with locally owned Flanner's, where quality service, the best brands, and guaranteed best price remain top priorities. Stop by Flanner's in West Dallas, Grafton, or at Flanners.com. Sound advice at the best price. Just press play.
Hi, this is Joe from Sidex. I just want to take a moment to say thank you to everyone who entered our recent giveaway. We were blown away by the response, and it means a lot to us that so many of you participated. Even if you didn't win, I want you to know we're still here for you. At Sidex, helping people love where they live inside and out is what drives us every day. So from all of us at Sidex, thank you for being part of something special. Sidex, love where you live inside and out with windows, doors, baths, and more.
Looking for better sleep? Helix Sleep's award-winning mattresses are now at Steinhafels, so you can try before you buy. Get 20% off all Helix mattress orders. Visit steinhafels.com to learn more. Better sleep starts now with Helix and Steinhafels.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:07.
What Keyshawn Nixon saw on that pick that ended the game with the Packers winning. We've got sports at 7:15.
Holidays, of course, bring an increase in fire dangers. What with all the decorating some of us do. Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky tells WTMJ what to do to stay safe.
LED lights push off a lot less heat than the old-style incandescent bulb. So if you wrap a Christmas decoration or other decoration with old-style lights, you'll notice those bulbs get very hot. And that can slowly over time heat up and degrade whatever it's attached, which can then start on fire. And that's a horrible outcome during the holiday season.
Now, the National Fire Protection Association says holiday decorations cause about nearly 800 home fires annually across the country.
Some information for a much long-desired beer coming to Wisconsin. New Barons Brewing Company, the co-op, wants to open a new tap room in Fox Point, and Yuengling preparing to launch statewide distribution this week. Editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal, Tim Gibbons, on WTMJ.
There is some amount of consumers turning toward lower price point products. And Yuengling comes in at that, it's a mass-produced lager sort of thing, so it comes in at a lower price point. So obviously the company sees a market here. I am curious, with the amount of beer that is already made in the state, how well it does.
Yuengling arrives through a partnership with Molson Coors.
You see the story last week about that raccoon that got into some booze, and there's pictures of it kind of passed out on the floor.
Yeah,
after
some kind of night, that raccoon.
Well, now they're getting a little bit more mileage out of that.
A Hanover, Virginia liquor store that was trashed by a tipsy raccoon is unveiling 3 new cocktails inspired by the episode. The lineup includes Rye Rascal Sour, Trashed Panda Old Fashioned, and Midnight Gin Fizz. All are featured on the Virginia ABC website, along with edited photos of the animal holding each drink. The shops also released full surveillance footage of the raccoon poking around the store before it broke open more than a dozen bottles of booze and threw them into the aisles. The raccoon was released back into the wild after sobering up at a local animal shelter. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
They brought him to detox. Threw him in the pen.
I mean, he was worn out there. You saw the pic.
I like this, too, like these new cocktails. Also available just in any other way or shape, but has a cool name. 7:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
News is brought to you by American Republic Insurance Services. Be informed, be smart, be secure. Annual enrollment is on the way. Whether you're gearing up for retirement or already there, American Republic Insurance Services is here to help you navigate your health and life insurance options with confidence. They'll walk you through every step so you can make smart, secure choices and protect your legacy. And remember, protect yourself from scams by working with a trusted local agent. Call them today at 262-523-1440. American Republic Insurance Services. Be informed, be smart, be secure.
Every child deserves an excellent education. At City Ford Collective, we're working hard to make that a reality for Milwaukee's kids. This giving season, join us in building a stronger future for all our city's children. To support our mission, visit cityfordcollective.org/donate.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Time saver traffic at 7:10. Debbie.
We're still seeing some delays westbound 94 coming out of the Stadium interchange to Holly Road, eastbound from 84th Street to Holly Road. They still have this accident up on the board, westbound 94, just about at Elm Grove Road, but I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm thinking it's probably gone. Southbound on 41, backing up from just before Appleton Avenue all the way down towards Capitol. Northbound's backed up between North Avenue and Burleigh. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, mostly cloudy with high temperatures in the mid-20s. We're on the lookout for a few snow showers late tonight, mainly north of I-94 is where we'd be looking for some accumulation. Cloudy with lows in the teens. The cloud cover sticks around for our Tuesday. Rain-snow mix late in the afternoon and overnight into Wednesday. We'll look for high temperatures both days in the mid and upper 30s. That rain-snow mix continues on Wednesday, and then the temperatures begin to quickly fall. Slight chance of a flurry on Thursday, mostly cloudy with highs in the low 20s. Another chance of snow showers on Friday with a high of 20. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee right now it's 17.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Erik Bilstad.
10 minutes away on this Monday morning from our first Wisconsin's Morning News Standout of the Year.
The SOTIs.
Recipient. Thank you, sir. So these are the folks we feel have had an impact on our great state of Wisconsin in the past year, in one way or another.
Correct. Doesn't necessarily mean you will think the pick is worthy of a SOTI. Doesn't mean that it's your favorite person, or maybe it is your favorite person, but the whole idea is who left an impact, who made a mark in the state.
We have 5 such awards to give out this week, and the first coming your way just after we do traffic again at 7:20 with Debbie. I want to get through a couple of things in the Storm Team forecast, pick out a couple of days to look at because we have a pretty active weather pattern here. Weather quiet today, as you heard Brendan say. Just a high of 26 degrees, so still staying on the cold side. And we have a chance of snow showers tonight, but that doesn't look like it's going to amount to much. But Tuesday and Wednesday are days to watch where the temperatures are going to be back above freezing for our highs. Tuesday's high 37, 36 on Wednesday. And then both days, Brendan's got a chance for a rain-snow mix. But Tuesday, it looks like late in the day, and then lingering into Wednesday with a rain-snow mix. And then Friday, another day to watch as we have a chance of snow. That's not flurries. That's not whatever mix, like snow.
That could be measurable snow on Friday.
I'm tired of the nuisance snow. Like, what did we get? Was it Friday night into Saturday?
Both
we got
nights.
like just a little something.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with this? It's less than an inch. Do I sweep it? Do I shovel it? Do I leave it? It's not going to melt because it's been so cold.
Did you mess with that one? I didn't mess with that one. I did with the Saturday into Sunday.
What did you get, about 2?
At least.
Yeah.
I think it was more than that.
So that was a decent shovelable snow.
Yeah.
Looks like that may be in the cards for Friday, albeit we're 4 or 5 days out now.
Right,
So
right.
that will come into greater focus as the week continues. But right now it looks like Tuesday night into Wednesday morning could get pretty sloppy with that rain-snow mix. And then for the weekend ahead as well, looks like bitter cold Saturday and Sunday. Still a bit too early to tell on that, but predictions are that will be well below freezing on those days once again. 7:14, lots to get to in sports, including that Packers win and where we stand in the NFC right now. That's next.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
When it comes to your career, your greatest advantage is you. Vince Vitrano here for the LAK Group. Now it's time to make the most of it. Introducing LAK's Career Coaching Membership. This is a monthly program. It's designed to help you take control of your career and confidently navigate what's next. With personalized coaching paths and expert resources, you can elevate your personal brand, build confidence, master interviews, and job offer negotiations. Gain ongoing access to professional coaches and practical tools that take the guesswork out of your next move. LAK Group helps you stop wondering what's next and start building it. Learn more at Transforming Careers. That's transformingcareers.com. LAK. Discover your human advantage.
Gift cards from the historic Fox & Hounds restaurant make perfect holiday gifts because everybody loves a great dinner. Buy a $100 gift card to get a $20 gift card free. Order online at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. Great stocking stuffers. Happy holidays from the famous Fox & Hounds.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
This morning, the Green Bay Packers sit atop the NFC North with a thrilling victory over the Chicago Bears.
Williams looking, throwing, it is intercepted! Keyshawn Nixon and the Packers will win it!
Keyshawn Nixon seals the deal. Fox Sports on the call as the Packers survive a Bears comeback attempt, 28-21, the final. Key, what'd you see on that last play?
And my guy went behind the backfield, and I was chasing. And I saw the tight end free, so I knew he was the only person to get the ball. So I just ran to me through the ball. I just think I kind of got high. It was kind of high. Did I jump high?
Yeah, you jumped high. You think Bears would have gone for 2?
That's what I keep wondering because that other receiver, DJ Moore, was wide open. So if they would have scored, would they have gone for 2? And can you imagine the nail biting at that moment?
Wow. So the Packers only one win in the division last season. Think of that. They're now 4-0 in the division, and more work to do. Nixon on to next week, and then the Bears again.
You know, that's what you want. You want the best players to make the big plays, and when they're back against the wall, got to win. It's 4th and 1, ain't no bigger play than that. So it's a hell of a win for us for sure. But we got Denver this week, and we play them again. So we can't dwell on it. Can't lose when we go to Chicago, so we got to play the same way.
Yeah, back to work on this Monday morning. Packers at Denver. That will be a 3:25 kick on Sunday.
Vikings beat up on the Commanders 31-0, the final there. Really gruesome injury in that game. Tight end Zach Ertz, who's a veteran tight end, just at least tore his ACL, if not more damage, after his leg got bent backwards when he was hit by a Vikings safety. But the Vikings win that game. Chiefs lose last night, so their playoff hopes are on life support at the moment. They lose to the Texans 20-10. And did you see this college football news? So they have the playoffs out now for the college playoffs, and Notre Dame was not selected. So the Fighting Irish, because they weren't selected to be part of the college football playoffs, have said, you know what? Then we're not going to play. They're not going to participate in any bowl games this postseason.
Okay.
I don't.
It's just, who do you hurt? If I were one of those, I see Notre Dame's strong play here of like, no, we don't just go to bowl games. We compete for national championships. Okay, but man, how about those kids? One more game.
It is kind of neat to go to the Capital One Bowl, is it not?
How about those seniors? One more game.
Or the Nacho Bowl.
Well, right. It's not like you're. Well, what was one the Badgers were in a few years ago? It was like in El Paso. At the Copper Bowl or something like that, where you're like, all right, look, I get if you don't want to play on Thursday, December 27th or something, okay.
And who knows, maybe that's all that's really out there for some of these guys. But yeah, Notre Dame saying, nope, they're going home, they're taking their ball, that you won't see them until next year.
Big upset in college basketball. Wisconsin women beat Michigan State on Sunday at the Kohl Center. Michigan State was ranked 20th in the country. 78-64 the final. The Badgers are 7-3 on this young season. Next up, hosting San Diego in a midday game on Wednesday. This will be an 11 a.m. tip in Madison. Sorry, San Diego, that's 9 a.m. Pacific. Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
The WTMJ Standout of the Year. Our first one to unveil is 3 minutes away.
Gruber Law Offices. One call. That's all.
They treated me like family.
They're actually people that you can depend on.
They made me feel seen. They really treated me like I was a part of their family, a part of their team.
They ask how you're doing, how you're feeling.
They're just so welcoming and so sweet and kind.
It's like family, caring about another member of the family.
If you've been injured, it costs you nothing to see if Gruber Law Offices can help.
So you sign up for one of those memberships, or maybe you're just the type who stocks up on home staples from the big box store. You're trying to save money. Great. Where are you going to put all that stuff? You got 100 rolls of paper towel now, or a trunk full of pet food and supplies. Vince Vitrano for Inspired Closets Milwaukee. If you are a bulk goods shopper, got to get with my friends Katie and Dan to get organized. Inspired Closets Milwaukee will custom design storage solutions for your home. So you can do it in a closet, pantry, maybe a basement area, storage area, garage. So you can buy all those loads of stuff and not worry about cluttering up your home. Shelving, pegboards, drawers, baskets, a spot for everything that is not only functional, but beautiful. Get organized before the holidays here and all your guests start coming to your house. Inspired days start in Inspired Closets. InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
Don't settle for a flimsy bank pre-approval. Get the pre-approval listing agents and sellers recognized as better than the rest. The rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from Accunet. Get yours by clicking on the blue button at accunet.com.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free.
Your way inside the huddle.
Hut one, hut two,
without putting on any pads. It's Green and Gold Insiders on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
Yeah, it is the hardest remaining strength of schedule left.
When you're able to suffocate an offensive line out, quarterbacks aren't able to do anything.
Every day of the regular season at 4:15. It's Green and Gold Insiders all season long, right here on WTMJ.
Time saver traffic at 7:21. Debbie.
Couple of accidents on 94 heading northbound. One of them just before Drexel, off on the right shoulder. And then we've got another one before that, just before Ryan Road. The left lane is blocked with a crash there. So delays stretching pretty much all the way back to Oakwood Road. So that's something to keep in mind. Southbound on 41, backing up from Appleton Avenue down to about Capitol Drive. The northbound side slowing between North Avenue and Burleigh. We've also got a broken down vehicle southbound 43 at North Avenue. The center lane is blocked with this, so watch out for that. Folks are kind of trying to swerve around this thing. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The SOTs.
Sir, it's coming. Your WTMJ forecast is sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. High of 26 degrees today under mostly cloudy skies. Chance of snow showers, but not amounting to a whole lot in terms of accumulation overnight, and a low down to 18. Things get interesting on Tuesday. A snow-rain mix late Tuesday with a high of 37 degrees. That rain-snow mix lingering into Wednesday with a high of 36. Thursday, a slight chance of a flurry, mostly cloudy, high 22. Chance of snow on Friday, high of 20. Right now it's 17.
Well, it's that time. We here on Wisconsin's Morning News like to highlight some year-enders, some folks in the community or across the state who have left an impact on the state of Wisconsin. And that could be any type of impact, whether it's an emotional one, an economic one, maybe it's a philanthropic impact, whatever it might be, right? So today is our first WTMJ Standout of the Year. We're going to do this all week long at this time. We'll also go into more detail at 9:10, Monday through Friday of this week for your...
The SOTs.
Yep, your Standout of the Year. So here is our first to unveil, Vince, our first Standout of the Year.
The 2025 Wisconsin's Morning News Standout of the Year is Microsoft President Brad Smith.
This is literally creating jobs across the state of Wisconsin.
The world's most powerful AI data center, dubbed Fairwater, is rising in Mount Pleasant.
As we get steel from near Wausau, as we get chillers from La Crosse, as we get generators from near Madison.
Fairwater is more than just business for Microsoft President Brad Smith.
Certainly the fact that Brad Smith is from Racine County, he's familiar with the region, and he certainly made statements to that effect.
Smith's a Wisconsin native, born in Milwaukee. He spent 5 years as a kid living in Mount Pleasant. He even delivered papers. But the Milwaukee Business Journal's Rich Kirchen says the site is more than just nostalgia.
It's the available land, it's the willingness of We Energies and other energy companies in Wisconsin. So they're happy to invest to provide the electricity that's needed. And then the other thing is the state a few years ago did enact a new tax break for data center projects.
In turn, Microsoft plans to create Wisconsin's first data center academy at Gateway Technical College and a Microsoft AI Co-Innovation Lab at UW Milwaukee.
This is literally creating jobs across the state of Wisconsin.
Smith says all of it is meant to bring new advancements in medicine, science, and other critical fields right here in Wisconsin.
Bad idea for that land and a bad idea for Caledonia.
The proposed behemoth Microsoft data center would all have disfigured the essential character of Caledonia permanently.
Profit should not always be the overriding factor.
Now, Fairwater is not without its critics. Environmental concerns, AI concerns. There was backlash to a second proposed Microsoft data center in Caledonia.
This seemed like something we were about to do to the village, not for the village.
A lot of residents were concerned about the effect on the community, traffic going in and out, lighting, et cetera, et cetera.
Smith and Microsoft decided to pull out.
The village board was ready to approve the project, but the company, which does seem to be sensitive to local concerns, decided that they would withdraw that site, and they said they would keep looking in Racine County.
We have a philosophy. It's under promise, over deliver, and partner with the community.
Smith says they are committing an additional $4 billion to be spent over the next 3 years, similar in size to Fairwater, bringing their total investment in Wisconsin to more than $7 billion.
We will train more than 100,000 people in Wisconsin by the end of the decade so they have the AI skills to fill the jobs of tomorrow.
Brad Smith Our first WTMJ standout of the year to be unveiled for 2025.
You did a really good job illustrating that, again, it's not for good or for ill or whatever. That's for folks to decide, but impact.
Right.
Think of all the people who don't want
Yep.
the data center, who have been impacted by the influence of Brad Smith of Microsoft because they've formed groups, they've gone to meetings, they've done all the things. So don't misinterpret these as being like necessarily good, bad, otherwise. Just who are the people who impacted our lives in Wisconsin? And that's a huge one.
We'll go into more depth at 9:10 with a little bit more of like, okay, so what is the future? Can these hold up? Will there be a bubble with the data centers? We'll do that at 9:10. And then, of course, tomorrow at 7:20, we'll unveil our next WTMJ standout of the year.
News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average finished the week up 104 points at 47,955. The NASDAQ at 23,578. That climbed 73 points in trading on Friday, and this S&P 500 was up 13 to 6870. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, a weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market and how it affects Wisconsin businesses and residents. It's sponsored by the original knowledge broker, R&R Insurance. And joining me today is Jeff Salasinski, Executive Vice President of Insurance Operations. Jeff, we've discussed before the consequences of buying insurance on price alone and the risks that come with that. Tell us what else is important here.
Sure, Vince. Great to be here again. If you really want protection for your business or your personal assets like your home and autos, it's critical you're working with an insurance professional who takes the time to explain the details. It's critically important that you listen and then act. Buying on price alone can be expensive.
Jeff, let's have you explain a little bit more what you mean there. Buying on price can be expensive?
Vince, insurance policies are contracts. They have coverage limits, sub-limits, and terms and conditions you need to understand. Coverage mistakes or cutting corners are always expensive. Your insurance partner should be providing services as well, like risk assessments, claims advocacy, and insights that help protect your business and your personal assets. Vince, you'd be stunned how many times we consult with a business owner or an individual with assets to protect, and their insurance program is designed solely on the cheapest price.
So, Jeff, what should the audience take away? What's important?
Be an informed buyer of insurance that demands both coverage and price. Work with an insurance professional that can speak about the complexities and trends of today's market.
So, Jeff, why should a business or a family work with R&R Insurance?
We understand how to present your account to an underwriter in the most favorable light, and R&R has been helping clients for almost 50 years. If you're looking for a better insurance purchasing experience, we'd love to sit down and speak with you. At R&R Insurance, we know business insurance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products you want and need at unbeatable farm and fleet prices? Like Power Service Diesel Fuel Supplement, just $12.49. Save $10 on 200-pound AgriMaster protein tubs and assorted Nutrina animal feed. Buy 3, get 1 free. So head in store or online with convenient same-day delivery or drive-through pickup. Right here at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. This morning, a showdown over presidential power as the Supreme Court hears arguments on whether the president has the authority to fire the leaders of independent federal agencies without cause. It's been unlawful since 1936. Debate continues in Washington on whether Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth supports the release of the full video showing a September 2nd U.S. military strike on a suspected boat in the Caribbean and a second strike that killed 2 survivors.
Hegseth has said he only watched the first strike live and learned of the other hours later. But over the weekend, the secretary said that after that initial strike, he was told a re-attack was needed because, quote, there were a couple folks who could still be in the fight. He said he responded, Roger. Sounds good.
ABC Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce. The president said last night that the Netflix offer to buy Warner Brothers could be a problem because of the size of company it could create and the new company's combined market share. This is ABC News.
We got southbound 43 backing up from about Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down to where there is a broken down vehicle at North Avenue in the center lane. So watch out for that. Southbound 41, heavy from just south of Good Hope Road down past Hampton. On the northbound side, slowing between North Avenue and Burleigh. Westbound 94, watch for backups from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound, slow out of the Zoo Interchange to Holly Road. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly cloudy today with a high of just 26 degrees. Tonight's low down to 18 with a chance of snow showers. Right now it's 17. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a family out of a home after an early morning fire on Milwaukee's west side.
We have two houses on fire. 1226 North 27th Street is our main fire building.
It's fire dispatch audio from Broadcastify. Fire crews responding about 1:15 this morning. Flames coming from the second floor of an abandoned home, 27th and Juneau. But the fire then spread to the duplex next door. One family was able to evacuate and nobody was hurt.
A domestic dispute turns deadly in Milwaukee's northwest side. Police called to the scene over the weekend near 78th and Silver Spring. 41-year-old shot and killed. 45-year-old man who was the suspected shooter later died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The cause of that shooting remains under investigation.
A Mequon-based pet food company issuing a dog food recall.
From Family Foods has recalled 300 cases of its Bonnie Hill Farms Beefy Bowls beef recipe because it might have plastic contamination. The product was sold frozen in 16-ounce chubs with a best by date of December 25th, 2026 at neighborhood pet stores nationwide, including in Wisconsin. No injuries or illnesses have been reported, and no other Fromm products are affected by the recall. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
More than 345 million records were exposed in data breaches this year, and experts predict it might only get worse in 2026. Michael Bremer, the VP of Global Data Breach Resolution at Experian, he tells Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News what to expect as hackers use more AI.
The first one is agentic AI combined with quantum computing. And 2/3 of the organizations we surveyed said that quantum computing is going to be the biggest trend for the industry over the next 3 to 5 years.
Bremer says agentic AI is 99% faster than conventional technologies.
Packers this morning back in control of the NFC North Division. Keyshawn Nixon picked off Caleb Williams in the end zone on that 4th-and-1 play from the 14, securing the Packers' 28-21 win at Lambeau.
It was quite a roller coaster ride for Nixon, who cost the Packers 30 yards on 2 first-half penalties, prompting Matt LaFleur to bench his number 1 corner on the Bears' final drive of the first half.
There's just a heightened sense of emotion, but you got to keep your poise at the end of the day, and you can't do anything that hurts the team.
Nixon's response, the game-preserving interception with 22 seconds to play.
I was proud of how he responded. I know he had a couple PBUs, and then to have that interception at the end of the game was obviously a critical moment.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Next up for the Packers in Denver against the Broncos, a 3:25 kick on Sunday.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:35.
Traffic brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants.
Give the perfect holiday gift this season, a Bartolotta gift card, providing memorable experiences for nearly 30 years. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com. That's bartolottas.com.
Coming up, more trouble at the Louvre?
News is brought to you by J&J Contractors. Visit jjcontractorsllc.com.
Does hosting for the holidays make you realize you need a home remodel? As a family-owned and operated business for over 40 years, J&J Contractors knows the importance of family gathering. Let them customize the perfect kitchen, luxurious bathroom, or a finished lower level for all your entertaining needs. Turn your house into the home of your dreams with J&J Contractors. Schedule your free consultation today. Just Google J&J Contractors or call 414-423-9200. J&J Contractors. Welcome home. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik here for Flanner's Home Entertainment. Does the audio and video system in your home need an upgrade? Well, Flanner's has all the solutions and the installation experts to simplify and upgrade your home entertainment experience. Forget about the impersonable big box stores and risky online purchases. You go with locally owned Flanner's, where quality service, the best brands, and guaranteed best price remain top priorities. Stop by Flanner's in West Dallas, Grafton, or at Flanners.com. Sound advice at the best price. Just press play.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. It's kindness, it's compassion, it's very specialized training. Their mission is to transform the culture of care, and they're doing that every single day. I've been in their places. I've seen how they love and take care of people with cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, or other related dementia symptoms. In part at Azura, they do such a great job because their staff goes through specialized training. They're going to take great care of you. Locations throughout southeast Wisconsin, Wisconsin-based, family-owned. It's Azura.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:37.
Packers head coach Matt LaFleur talks about that icy handshake at the end of the game Sunday. We'll hear from him in sports at 7:45.
Update on the Louveniers. Actually, it's not really the Louveniers we're focusing on, but just the Louvre in general. Looks like they've had an issue with some of their other products that they have there.
I'm Vicki Barker at the Foreign Desk in London. Managers at the Louvre say hundreds of books and scholarly journals in the museum's Egyptian wing have been damaged by a leak that was discovered late last month and scheduled for repair next year. An audit published after October's $100 million theft of the crown jewels criticized management for spending too much on art, too little on maintenance and security. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
Isn't that fascinating? You have all of this money. You got a great budget, you would assume. Most popular or most well-known museum on the planet, or pretty close to it. And you're spending all this on all this amazing artwork, yet you're not taking care of the building or taking care of the security to protect said items.
Yeah, sound like some folks at the Louvre need to lose their jobs. Right? I mean, like when it's getting worse, then you got all this stuff stolen out from under your nose. News is brought to you by Steinhafels. 20% off Helix Sleep's award-winning mattresses now at Steinhafels.
If better sleep has been hard to come by, you're not alone, and the right mattress can make all the difference. That's why Helix Sleep and Steinhafels have teamed up to bring their award-winning mattresses to Steinhafels. Now you can try Helix in person, something you can't do just anywhere. Right now, Steinhafels is offering 20% off all Helix mattress orders just for our listeners. Head to steinhafels.com to learn more. Helix Sleep at Steinhafels. Better sleep starts now.
Welcome to Jackpot Land, this fall at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all fall to win your share of thousands in prizes each month. And earn entries into the big December Jackpot Land prize drawings. Your October, November, and December entries all count. Win thousands in cash or reward play. Welcome to Jackpot Land, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Checking in with Debbie here at 7:39 time saver traffic.
There we go. We've got an issue on 175 northbound, or otherwise known as Brewers Boulevard. Just before you get to I-94, the right shoulder is blocked with a crash, so heads up with that. Southbound 43, wow, really hitting the brakes from just before Silver Spring all the way down past an accident, or actually a broken down vehicle just about at North Avenue off on the shoulder. This, I think, was the one that was stuck in the center lane, and that's what caused all the headaches. Northbound 4394 slowing down out of the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. On westbound 94, delays from 27th to Hawley, eastbound from the Zoo to Hawley Road. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. For today, mostly cloudy with high temperatures in the mid-20s. We're on the lookout for a few snow showers late tonight. Mainly north of I-94 is where we'd be looking for some accumulation. Cloudy with lows in the teens. The cloud cover sticks around for our Tuesday. Rain-snow mix late in the afternoon and overnight into Wednesday. We'll look for high temperatures both days in the mid and upper 30s. That rain-snow mix continues on Wednesday, and then the temperatures begin to quickly fall. Slight chance of a flurry on Thursday. Mostly cloudy with highs in the low 20s. Another chance of snow snow showers on Friday with a high of 20. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 17. This morning we have another small child possibly in danger, with a dangerous person wanted on multiple charges, on the run, perhaps with his infant child with him. We had the thing last week where you had a 12-year-old accused of abducting her own 4-year-old brother. I have not seen criminal charges come down on that. We've been waiting to see whether or not the 12-year-old might be charged in adult court or as a juvenile.
And we would definitely learn more details if it were adult court.
This morning you heard in the bottom of the hour update, a man from Kenosha, 21-year-old Keon Dewan Taylor. Actually, he's from Racine, but it's Kenosha County authorities who have issued the alert. He's accused of beating up a woman, dragging her out of her car, and then getting into an SUV and driving at some other people as well. Well, he's on the run. Kenosha County Sheriff's Office said he was already out on bond. Tell me if you've heard this story before, right? In a Racine County domestic abuse case, and that he is on the run right now with perhaps an infant child with him. It's believed to be his child, but they're looking for him. Again, that story and more detail, as well as a picture of the man whom they're looking for, up on our website, WTMJ.com. But again, another one of these stories where authorities are asking for help in locating this person, and a child's life may hang in the balance. It is 7:42. We've got sports coming up next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Milwaukee Weight Loss is extending their huge holiday sale with $300 off now through December 26th, with the lowest prices of the year on the result-getting Milwaukee Weight Loss program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day, with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects. You can start losing those unwanted pounds either before, during, or after the holidays. No more losing weight and gaining it back. You can keep the weight off for good with this program. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, WTMJ, Steve Scafidi here. I took advantage of the Milwaukee Weight Loss program, lost 45 pounds this year. You can take advantage of the lowest prices of the year with $300 off. But hurry, sale ends on December 26th. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Call for your free consultation, 262-449-1180. That's 262-449-1180, or MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Vince Vitrano here from my team at Landworks, Wisconsin. This is the time of year that they do the dormant pruning. So what you do, the pruning, during the winter months when your plants and trees have gone dormant, hence the name. Actually, quick aside here, too. Good idea if you got shrubs that can be sensitive to the weight of the snow. Go out there and brush those off. I got some that are kind of prickly, and there's a lot of weight from the snow that we've got. Went out there and dusted that all off. So
that's a good move.
Yeah. You want to actually prune it. You don't want it to collapse. Right. Well, Landworks Wisconsin can help you with the pruning. So they come out and you look at the trees and the bushes that are around your house. You got branches scraping up against the siding, or things are just looking a little too crowded. Great time to do that work. Dormant pruning puts less stress on the trees and bushes as they're not actively growing right now, which means in the springtime then they've saved up that energy and they can use that to grow. Design, build landscaping projects. If you're thinking of redoing your patio or adding a fire feature or a water feature or an outdoor grill space, any of that stuff, they talk about that all year at Landworks Wisconsin. They can work with you to achieve your outdoor dreams, creating these beautiful landscapes. Good idea to get the preliminary work done now so your project is ready to go in the spring. LandworksWisconsin.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
The Packers and Bears meet again in less than 2 weeks. Remember, that's a Saturday night game, and it's on Monday already. But it's Green Bay right now with the edge.
Love on a play fake. Quick throw. Watson with the speed. Uh-oh! Christian Watson in a foot race, and he's going to win it. Touchdown, Green Bay!
Christian Watson on his second touchdown of the day, and Fox Sports on the call. Watson, 89 yards receiving and showing that breakaway speed.
I mean, honestly, that's just a good read by Jay Love. I was blocking. He saw that they were in man right away. He gave us a quick signal, and we made the most out of it.
A couple of situations you saw with Reed paired up against a guy where Jordan Love at the line of scrimmage could say, like, I think Watson's going to beat this guy. Right? I think it was a safety.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I like my guy against that guy. Let's look at that. Right. So much made of the renewed rivalry between the Packers and Bears. Both teams are good. There was a lot riding on this game, and there will be again in less than 2 weeks. One of the more anticipated moments in the game thus came after it was over. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur and Bears head coach Ben Johnson. What would they do as they met midfield, regardless of the turnout?
You think maybe they would hug or let bygones be bygones and say, hey, well done, brother.
Heard what you said about me that time. Yeah, but it's all good. Well, they didn't even break stride as they maybe gave a high five or a quick handshake. ESPN's Rob Demoski asked LaFleur.
You or Ben say anything to each other, or was it just a blow-by handshake?
Oh, it's just, I think, quick handshake. I mean, we'll see him again in 2 weeks. So
just a blow-by.
Yeah, no, just a quick handshake, Not taking the bait, but you thought it might be just a wry smile from LaFleur?
I thought LaFleur, well, I was expecting if they won like they did that he would maybe not to Johnson's face, but at some point would be like, yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if the Packers, this team, right now at this point in the season, have a look past game in them. Because, we're playing the Bears in less than 2 weeks again. It's going to be at their place, and there will still be a lot riding on that.
Yeah.
But we got the Broncos coming up next, and the Broncos are super good. We have them on the road. We're in Denver. Broncos are 11-2 right now. They're tied for the best record in the AFC. That's going to be a 325 kick on Sunday.
Vikings beat up on the Commanders 31-0. The worst part of that game was veteran tight end Zach Ertz to the Commanders. Just leg got bent the wrong way. He was hit by the Vikings safety and just awful hit.
Oof, that's a dangerous hit from Jay Ward going low.
Yeah, Ward hit him. Just not sure if that's going to be investigated or not. Just the way that looked is just awful. But he's likely done. Who knows if his career is even going to come back for that. The veteran tight end, he's like 35 years old. Chiefs playoff hopes take a major hit after they fell to the Texans 20-10 on Sunday night on NBC. Here's what Chris Collinsworth had to say about the Chiefs.
The faces of champions are really struggling to comprehend what is happening to this football season.
Yeah, their playoff hopes on the line. And who's not going to be in the playoffs? The Notre Dame Fighting Irish. So they've decided, we're done. We're not going to play a bowl game since we couldn't be selected as one of the 12 to play in the playoffs of college
Notre Dame
football.
have 2 losses, or was it just the one? It had to be 2,
They
right?
were in. Like, if you looked at their stand, they looked like they were going to get in. And you have to admit, like, usually sometimes you'd think a team that's going to bring eyeballs to the TV screens would make the cut, but either way, they did not.
Every time we fix the playoffs in college football, we don't fix it, right? We're going to have a fine. We'll have 1 and 2 meet. That'll take care of it. Then we won't have any complaining about who was. Yeah. Okay, well, what about 3 and 4? And then, we're going to have a 4-team playoff. Okay, we're going to have, what do we have, 12 now? That
it's
should
a lot
do
of teams. Yeah, well, sorry, Irish. They're going home. They're not playing.
College hoops, Wisconsin women's basketball off to a really good start this season. Just upset number 20 Michigan State, 78-64 at the Kohl Center on Sunday. Next up for the Lady Badgers, San Diego in Madison on Wednesday. That's an 11 a.m. tip. Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Well, it may be hard to find a good bargain during the shopping season, but Pella wants to make sure everyone's holiday is brighter and clearer through beautiful new windows. Pay 0 interest for up to 24 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Pella's elves install year-round and can finish installation in as little as a day. But hurry up, the deal ends after December 31st, so schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions do apply. See showroom for details.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Flimsy, feeble, flaccid. That's how you can describe most pre-approval letters these days, because most banks still issue pre-approval letters without actually verifying your income, employment, or down payment. That's the exact opposite of an Accunet rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval, where we put a $2,000 guarantee behind the fact the seller can actually rely on the terms of your pre-approval and offer. With Accunet, there's also a possibility of issuing a property-specific pre-approval with as little as a 10% down payment that includes the magic words, "no appraisal required." That's right, Accunet may be able to issue your pre-approval without needing an appraisal. That's the kind of certainty that can help a seller say yes to your offer. Sure, you can try competing with a flimsy bank pre-approval, or you can click on the blue button at Accunet.com and get started with the pre-approval listing agents and sellers recognized as the best in the business. That's ACCUNET.com.
Traffic is sponsored by the Amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
Buy a $100 gift card from the Amazing Mineshaft Restaurant. Get a $20 gift card free. Boy, is that easy. Order online at mineshaft.restaurant.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Time saver traffic with Debbie at 7:51.
All right, southbound 43 backing up from just before Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down to about North Avenue. There is a broken down vehicle off on the right shoulder right now that's still being worked on. The northbound side, we are seeing some delays coming out right around the North Avenue curve. We've also got westbound 94 slowing down from 27th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound's backed up from the Zoo interchange to Hawley. And we've also got northbound 894 slowing down between Beloit Road and National Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Forecast sponsored by Dave Dre Camp Heating. Cloudy today, a high of 26. Tonight, there's a chance for a snow shower, a low of 18. Tuesday and Wednesday look like there could be rain-snow mixes at times. Tuesday later in the day, Wednesday earlier on.
Idea Man.
But I think that magic number for Green Bay, 27. You get to 27, we don't lose.
Innovator.
The Green Bay Packers find a way to get it done. Take back the North.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
And by the way, we ain't giving it back after we take it.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News is sponsored by Kohler Services and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Well, we got to 27, and then some, Tausch. Your prediction dead on in how this game would go. Vinny's bold prediction of the year already now expired. I thought the Packers would have a losing season.
Oh, yeah. It's Vinny's. Yeah, Vinny's was that. Yeah, I really thought yesterday was a great sign as far as where this team was. And, you know, the Bears came in, and I give them a lot of credit. I gave them a lot of credit going in, but you know, even in talking to, you know, Waddle and Sylvie and just Chicago Bear friends, there was that, you know, we're excited, but we don't really know where we're at. And I thought they could go out of Lambeau yesterday thinking they're probably closer than they maybe even thought they were. So all in all, I mean, obviously that second half defensively, Chicago was able to do some stuff to our defense, but it is hard to win in a divisional game like that with everything on the line. The way the team responded, the way Jordan responded to his interception, and the way he played with Christian Watson, and then the defense to again have enough playmakers to shut it up, to, you know, kind of close up shop, I think are all great signs, because that yesterday felt like, just like the Detroit game on Thanksgiving, it had that playoff vibe. And what that formula was yesterday is how you win playoff games.
Tosh, could you imagine if they were able to score there at the end and had decided, okay, well, let's go for two? Mm-hmm. Like everything about that moment would have been just the skin would have been all going. You would have been biting all the nails.
They for certain would have went for two. I think you just got the sense the way they approached that last 2.5 minutes was, we're going to score and we don't want to give Green Bay any time left. And I thought one of the sneaky plays, and I see that some folks are seeing it, was that J.J. Enigbare stop on 3rd and 1 before that 4th down stop. Because if they get that, okay, they use the timeout. They now are at the, 14 or 15 yard line. They got, 2 timeouts. They still have an opportunity, and they were going to, if there was less than 25 seconds left in that game, they were going to go for 2 in the win. Whether or not they get it, who knows? But yeah, that's how this all works. And for everybody to say, oh, it's lucky and anything else, no, you make your own luck in the NFL. And the Green Bay Packers made their own, they've figured out a way to win a game yesterday that was tough and hard fought. And if, to your point, Eric, if it would have went the other way, obviously all of the conversations would have been a lot different than what they are. But that's how sports work. And that's where I got a little frustrated with my co-host on Green Bay Game Night last night, because you do judge things on how the results are. It's not all that is how sports work. And to the victor go the spoils, and the victor were the Green Bay Packers yesterday.
How'd you like that handshake?
Loved it. The whole thing is great. There is something to be said about the fierceness of the rivalry. And, in today's day, especially you look at, whether it's the NBA and guys kind of yucking it up after somebody loses by 35 or, players obviously are going to do, but there's something to be said about just general, I don't like you and I want to stomp you. And when there's something about sports, that's what it's supposed to kind of feel like. And I don't love it when everybody's all lovey-dovey. It's fun when it really matters, and when someone's got just a little something extra, it just makes. I think fans always have that extra passion, and I think with kind of how players move around and coaches move around as much as they do, there's some of that's missing, and it feels like with this rivalry, that's not going to be the case.
Boy, and how about that offense now with Watson and Reed? Now it's just different and it's fast and looks dangerous.
Yeah, Watson has been such a difference maker. And I think, obviously, when Tucker Kraft got hurt, we were all really wondering, like, how is this offense going to evolve and what are we going to do? Because Tucker was such a key piece. And I think Christian Watson stepped in. And then, obviously, Jaden Reed coming back from a collarbone. And yesterday, jet sweeps and the underneath stuff and that quick twitch, he brings another kind of that middle layer to this offense. So, not that you're ever going to replace Tucker Kraft, but you try to find out how can we get some production that can equate to that. It feels like Christian Watson, you can't go one-on-one. We saw that with that slant route. The Bears tried to do it, and I would bet the next in 10, 12 days, whenever we play him again, I don't think you're going to see that formula because Christian Watson made him pay.
Certainly can't do it with a safety. That did not work out.
Yeah, it was, and that helps. Yeah, obviously the run game and everything else too. So, Christian Watson has that same effect when he's healthy. I think they said he got up to 22 miles an hour. Nobody was able to take an angle on him. His speed has always been a difference maker. Now just continue staying healthy. Do that. This guy's the limit.
7:57. Thanks, Tosh. Talk tomorrow.
Goodbye, guys.
On Wisconsin's Morning News.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
There is a shakeup in the C-suite at Harley-Davidson under new CEO Artie Starrs. Stepping down, Chief Commercial Officer Luke Mansfield and Chief Digital Officer Jagdish Krishnan. Chief Financial Officer Jonathan Root adds commercial officer duties. Waukesha County Technical College receives $2 million from the philanthropic arm of Pieper Power. The donation goes to build out the college's applied AI lab. Green Bay-based Bel Giosio Cheese expands its operations in New York. The company invests over $23 million at facilities in Schenectady and in Campbell. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Bill.
We didn't want to be sitting in our house alone. And I was glad because I didn't have to do all the chores around the house that I was sick of doing. I decided to get involved in a lot of the different activities like the theater group. I run TED Talks once a month. I'm chairman of the library committee. The other things I like about Three Pillars is the outdoor things. And there's a beautiful fishing pond. It's just a great, great place to live.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
You don't need a massive walk-in to have a beautiful, organized closet.
Tired of wasted space? Or that pile of shoes that's always hiding behind your closet door?
Abracadabra!
Inspired Closets is the expert at doubling or even tripling your storage space instantly.
It's like magic, but better, because it's custom designed for you.
We make it easy and affordable and transform your space regardless of its size or scope.
Get started today at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
Sweet, flaky, and utterly delicious. That's the famous Kringle from O&H Danish Bakery. Guaranteed to get you on the nice list, O&H Danish Bakery can deliver that heavenly goodness right to your doorstep. Now that's a memorable gift where you know you've nailed it. And it arrives fresh in just 2 business days, anywhere within the country. Order online today, ohdanishbakery.com, or come on in to O&H Danish Bakery in Racine, Oak Creek, or Sturnivan and taste the difference of bakery made from scratch.
I'm Brett Matschke, and you're due for service.
Richlands. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8 o'clock. I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Monday, December 8th, our top story. A traffic stop lead to an officer shot.
I'm Erik Bilstad, sitting atop the NFC North.
I'm Debbie Lazago. We've got a crash on the ramp from Ryan Road to northbound 94, so watch out for delays going all the way back, almost to the county line. We've also got another accident on just north of that, just north of Ryan Road. The right shoulder is blocked as well. Other than that, we've got delays westbound on 94 from 27th Street all the way to about Holly Road. Eastbound's backed up from the zoo to Holly Road. And 175 northbound, just as a reminder, we do have a crash just before 94 on Brewers Boulevard. It is off on the right shoulder. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, 26 degrees, your high temperature for the day under mostly cloudy skies. Chance of snow showers tonight and a low of 18. Milwaukee right now at 18. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Superior, Wisconsin, a police officer recovering. The officer was shot during a traffic stop early Sunday morning. It pulled over a vehicle tied to a domestic dispute just before 3 o'clock in the morning. Driver got out, opened fire. 2 officers returned fire, hitting that suspect. That suspect did drive off, but later crashed into a school building before being arrested just after 7 a.m. Both the officer and suspect received medical care, and the investigation is ongoing.
Kenosha County authorities are searching for a domestic assault suspect on the run with an infant.
21-year-old Keon DeJuan Taylor of Racine is wanted for a violent assault and carjacking that happened on October 31st in Pleasant Prairie. Authorities say he punched the victim repeatedly in the face and dragged her out of her car by her hair. The couple's 3-month-old infant was inside the vehicle when Taylor fled the scene. Kenosha County as Taylor was already out on bond in a Racine County domestic abuse case involving the same victim with active no-contact orders. Jessica Gatso, WTMG News.
A growing group of lawmakers calling on the Pentagon to release, as promised by the president, video of the September military strike on an alleged drug boat in the Caribbean. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth defending the action.
I was told, hey, there had to be a reattack because there were a couple folks that could still be in the fight. Access to radios, there was a link-up point of another potential boat. From what I understood then and what I understand now, I fully support that strike. I would have made the same call myself.
At least 22 strikes have been carried out on alleged drug boats in the Caribbean, including the controversial second strike under questioning.
A judge in New York is considering whether certain pieces of evidence can be used against the man accused of killing the CEO of United Healthcare. During his state trial, Luigi Mangioni's defense attorney says the police did not read their client his Miranda rights. CBS correspondent Katrina Kaufman says new exhibits were released over the weekend of evidence.
New images have been released from the day of Luigi Mangioni's arrest. Those include a USB stick that Mangioni was wearing as a necklace, a December 4th bus ticket from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh, and a note that was found folded up in his pocket. It was a to-do list with dates and various items on it, including Best Buy, digital cam, a hot meal. It also said for December 9th, the day that he was arrested, Intel check-in. Below that was survival kit.
Mangioni is pleading not guilty to all state and federal charges.
We've got 3 inmates on the run. Officials in Louisiana dealing with another escape. This is 7 months after a major jailbreak in New Orleans. These guys broke out on Thursday.
The first 2 didn't get far. 26-year-old Joseph Allen Harrington fled to a home and barricaded himself inside. Port Barry Police Chief Dion Boudreaux says.
Sheriff's officer went in and cleared it. They found Mr. Harrington, unfortunately, succumbed to a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
The second escapee was recaptured Friday, while the last one, Keith Eli, is still loose. He was in the St. Landry Parish Jail on a second-degree murder charge. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
The Green Bay Packers are in first place. Receiver Christian Watson hauled in a pair of touchdowns. Keshawn Nixon sealed the win with an interception as the Packers walk away with a 28-21 victory over the Bears.
Action in November after tearing his ACL in January. Watson has 5 touchdowns in his last 4 games.
I'm just really proud of how he's responded and how he's worked to get him into a spot now where you go out and you see what he can do, and got a lot of love and a lot of respect for Christian Watson.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Packers now 9-3-1. They're good for the second seed at the moment in the NFC. They play the Broncos next week.
Coming up, that is one pricey elf costume. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:05.
Here's a great way to brighten up your Monday and Tuesday. Enjoy a quiet, free dinner at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. WTMJ's John Mercure. You're going to love the warmth and the aroma when you walk in with those 7 real wood-burning fireplaces. And the Fox and Hounds has been transformed into a holiday wonderland. Thousands of lights and really cool decorations. It is super special. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free every night, including the new twin lobster tails. How about the honey glazed salmon, the mixed grill of a tenderloin, shrimp, and scallops? Even steak and lobster plus prime rib, buy one, get one free. Desserts are always buy one, get one free. Ice cream drinks, buy one, get one free, only at the Fox and Hounds. Enjoy a cocktail, a cold brew, or over 100 wines, and the 8 unique dining rooms, 7 real wood-burning fireplaces. The Fox and Hounds off Highway 167 near Holy Hill. Reserve your table for your free early week dinner. Tables are open tonight. The holiday decorations are magical at the Fox and Hounds.
Every child deserves an excellent education. At City Ford Collective, we're working hard to make that a reality for Milwaukee's kids. This giving season, join us in building a stronger future for all our city's children. To support our mission, visit cityfordcollective.org/donate.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:07.
Kohl's is changing how it stocks its stores, hoping budget shoppers will come back. The retailer planning to push more in-house brands onto shelves instead of leaning as heavily on big national labels. Tim Gibbons with the Milwaukee Business Journal on WTMJ.
What they are doing now is investing more in their proprietary brands, rolling them out to more stores, having more products, with the idea that it gives them a lower price point for shoppers, which is very important in today's economy where shoppers are looking for bargains, and it gives them something that makes them stand out.
And Kohl's hoping its exclusive lines will help set them apart from competitors like Walmart, Target, and Amazon.
Fired for making racist comments at Cinnabon.
A worker inside a Cinnabon at Bay Park Square Mall is out of a job after a TikTok video surfaced showing her making offensive comments toward a customer. According to the poster, the video was recorded December 5th and began after the employee made a derogatory remark about her hijab. In the clip, the woman was heard saying racial slurs and calling herself a racist. Cinnabon responded online saying the worker was immediately fired and that her behavior does not represent the company or the experience customers deserve. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
Costume worn by Will Ferrell in the Christmas film Elf has sold for more than $300,000 at a British-based auction house.
I'll be okay. I just need a glass of water.
Fainting Buddy the Elf, played by Will Ferrell. The film prop auction house Prop Store says the elf costume that sold was one of only a handful made for the 2003 film. It came from the personal collection of producer John Berg. A cat figure used for the 1993 animated film Nightmare Before Christmas fetched $11,000. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
Another hit. What was that second one? What?
Something.
Okay. Still $11K for 8:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
Don't avoid going to the doctor because you're afraid of what you might hear. Vince Vitrano here. Guilty of that myself, right? Something's bugging you, but you're worried about scheduling or affording surgery right now, or you're limping around well enough. So my team of surgeons at Ortho Wisconsin, most of what they do is help people recover from injury or fix pain points without a surgical procedure. You get a comprehensive exam from experts in orthopedic care and then a menu of options. Now, maybe one of them is surgery, but others may include physical or occupational therapy. Maybe there are medications that can help. Whatever the case may be, you're not going to get a strong push for that most expensive option. You'll get a team of doctors, nurses, and therapists committed to your health and getting you back in the game. Get started online now at orthowisconsin.com.
Clock's ticking on holiday shopping. Beat the rush and finish your list for less at Fleet Farm. Get a free DeWalt 20-volt max lithium battery with select Bear Tool purchases during DeWalt Deal Days. Save 30% on Field and Forest flannel for the family. And get 25% off our entire stock of slippers, in-store only. Wrap up your shopping at Fleet Farm with great gifts at the best prices guaranteed. And for even more gift ideas, check out our gift guides at fleetfarm.com.
8:10, checking in on time saver traffic here with Debbie.
Dealing with an accident on Brewers Boulevard northbound. Just before you get to I-94, the right shoulder is blocked, so just be careful with that. Beyond that, we do have more delays heading up into the stadium interchange as well. Westbound 94, backing up from 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Eastbound slowing from 84th to Hawley Road. Back on the brakes coming out of the stadium interchange to 35th. And again, heading into the Marquette interchange. Looks like we've got, a nasty little accident on 794 eastbound. Everything is off on the right shoulder, but one of the cars has two wheels up on the side wheels up on the wall, on the sidewall. So just be very careful as you're heading through there. Give them a wide berth, but it's going to be slow through that area. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Few chances for snow or rain-snow mixes this week. Now, mostly cloudy today, high 26, low down to 18 tonight with a chance of snow showers. That's not going to amount to much in terms of accumulation, but by Tuesday, we have a rain-snow mix moving in possibly late Tuesday. And Wednesday, that rain-snow mix may linger into the morning hours. And then a chance for snow on Friday as well. We'll keep an eye on that. Right now, we're at 17 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
8:12 on Wisconsin's Morning News. I thought for sure they were going to score and then go for two. What was going to happen then? Didn't have a good feel for that. Had to think the Bears, who were moving the ball at will late in the game, were going to catch up and have a chance to either tie or maybe win the game. And a great battle at Lambeau Field.
What a game. It really was an entertaining game, as much as you don't have any nails left.
It was tough. What I loved is I think Tausch was right on point. And if you're the Chicago Bears today, you walk away thinking, all right, we were right there. And we see him again in less than 2 weeks, and it's at our house, and we learned some things, so we will be ready. And it would not surprise me if the Packers were not able to win that game in Chicago, and then you end up with a split, which means this win was all the more important.
As the Packers, you got to be feeling really good, though, right now. You're sitting pretty. You're atop the division now. And, yeah, if you lose, I mean, they're undefeated in the division.
That's unbelievable. When you think about winning only a single game in the division last year, the Packers beat the Bears once, lost twice to the Vikings, lost twice to the Lions. We've already beaten the Vikings once. We've swept the Lions, and we've beaten the Bears once. So you got two more. I don't know what happened in Minnesota yesterday. What happened to those guys? They went nuts.
Well, they were playing a bad football team.
So
Commanders aren't really good. But, yeah, Vikings won easy yesterday, but it doesn't really matter. They're pretty much a ghost of themselves.
Well, the scenario that I just laid out, the Bears scoring and then possibly having an opportunity to win the game with a single play, did not play out because Keyshawn Nixon stepped up.
Williams looking, throwing, it is intercepted! Keyshawn Nixon and the Packers will win it!
What a great play on the ball. Keyshawn Nixon sealing the deal. Fox Sports on the call. The Packers survive there. 28-21 is the final. Thought it was interesting. Keyshawn Nixon was like juiced up after the game. He was taking questions real quick, rapid fire. No, I didn't see that. Next. He was just, Key was being Key.
Yeah.
And my guy went behind the backfield, and I was chasing. And I saw the tight end free, so I knew he was the only person to get the ball. So I just ran to me through the ball. I just think I kind of got high. It was kind of high. Did I jump high?
Yeah, you jumped high. Great play on the ball, but why the Bears didn't go ahead and take that first down? They still had a timeout left, right?
It was fourth and one. They're
running up the middle at will.
Right, except for on that third down.
Play.
Yeah. So why not just try to run it through again? It seemed like they had that tight end open for a second. He was a little late on that throw. It was a bad throw, too.
Nixon said that wasn't his guy either.
Is that right?
He just saw a guy come open, and so he went and that's where he broke. And then was able to make a play on the ball.
Looked like there was a receiver that may have been open too. I mean, there was options, but hey, the Packers defended it, and you won the game. You know,
I love the handshake at halftime. At the end of the game. You wondered, there was all this conversation. Everybody was trying to stir it up in Green Bay, which is what we in the media are wont to do. Like, see if somebody will talk about it, say something explosive. Remember when Ben Johnson, who is now the head coach of the Chicago Bears, he had been with Detroit as the offensive coordinator. When he got hired for the job, he specifically singled out, how much respect he had for this guy and that guy and what's his name over there in Minnesota and whatever. And then he says, and I enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice every year. Ooh,
all right.
LaFleur didn't bite on any opportunity to talk about it really this week. Johnson, for his part, not so much either. Just was, the Packers are a great team, whatever. So you just wondered. I don't know if they'd met before. I know Matt LaFleur had said after those comments were made initially, he's like, I don't know Ben Johnson. Like, and, by the way, dude, you've been an O coordinator. I've been a head coach. I've been in the NFC Championship games. Like, I've
fairly
won here.
Successful, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if they had ever had an opportunity to meet before. I don't know if you could call their handshake a meeting at the end of the game either. It was almost like when kids line up and go, good game, good game, good game. Maybe there was time for that.
You or Ben say anything to each other, or was it just a blow-by handshake?
Oh, it's just, I think, quick handshake. I mean, we'll see him again in 2 weeks, so.
You know what's funny about that? LaFleur, seems to have this little handshake issue with a couple of different coaches. This doesn't seem like it's new. Sometimes it's people who he's friends with. Who's the Niners coach? Aren't they buddies? But they've had some run-ins.
Now, where did he come from? Did he come from McVay's system in Los Angeles?
I don't think he's had any trouble with McVay.
Right.
Has he on the handshake line?
Right.
There's been a couple of different guys, though.
Because you're right. Some of these guys, when they meet at midfield, there's a, hey, you got me, they have that cordial little back and forth, maybe words of encouragement. Not these two. Yep. Good game. See you in 2 weeks.
Especially depending on how that game goes in 2 weeks.
So the Packers right now sit atop the NFC North division, and if the playoffs were today, the Packers would be the 2 seed. Interesting thing about that, with the loss, Chicago drops all the way to the 7 seed, barely making the playoffs, and by the way, would then play the Packers in that first round, again, if it were today, but we have 4 games left, so a lot of things can happen.
What did we say? You got to get to at least 11?
Kind of what we've been saying.
You got the Vikings again. You should win that game. You got the Bears again. Who knows? That's 50-50 ball at the moment, probably.
Don't sleep on this week. We're in
Broncos
Denver, and the Broncos are 11-2. They're tied for the best record in the AFC. It feels like people don't want to believe in them as a juggernaut. I mean, they definitely have some weaknesses.
They're more of a defensive team.
And it's going to be in their house. That's a 3:25 kick on Sunday against the Broncos. I don't see the Packers looking past them and back on the Bears. I think they've matured enough through the season that they know they have to keep winning, and that a lot of things can happen in the next month before the playoffs shake out. But that said, they're going up against a really good team and a team with whom they're not very familiar. So you have that one this week. Then Saturday night, then against a week from Saturday, then we'll be back against the Bears, and that one is in Chicago. And then what? Then you have the Vikings after that?
Missing one. Hold on.
I'm missing one in there. Who else haven't we played? Eric's looking it up right now.
Ravens.
I don't know what to make of that
home.
team.
Ravens at home, and they're fighting for their life right now. So it's Broncos, Bears, Ravens, Vikings.
I like it. I started to feel confident. A rare spot for me.
Yes.
Started to feel like the Packers were going to pull this one off at Lambeau Field.
Yeah, you were confident on Friday. You expected a win.
Yeah.
Well done.
Wasn't guaranteeing a win, just expected it.
Yeah, right,
Started to feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think things shaped up. If the offense can continue doing what it did, you saw the speed of Christian Watson, how much that played into it. Tausch talked about that, getting Jaden Reed back now. I mean, which one of those guys do you cover with your number one corner? Or you see when you can line up Christian Watson more toward the inside, more in a slot, as opposed to a wideout. That means a safety is going to end up covering that guy, and that was not a good matchup for Chicago. So with as fast as Christian Watson is, if they can keep doing that. No, by the way, I guess Bo Melton's back on offense entirely now.
I mean, it worked out.
Yes. Everybody loves that guy. So many guys are talking about, happy for Bo, happy for Bo. So all sorts of good things for the Green Bay Packers as we approach this coming Sunday. Again, the Broncos 3:25 kick on Sunday. It is 8:20 on Wisconsin's Morning News. All right, Deb, what do you see out there?
Well, I'm seeing some delays, that's for sure, and a very interesting accident on 794 eastbound. 2 cars involved, one of which has the passenger wheels up on the wall, right over Plankington on 794 eastbound. So everything is out of traffic. However, emergency crews are going to get on scene. Obviously, they're going to need to get either a tow truck or a crane or something to get this car off the wall. And then at that point, they will probably close off a lane. So Because of that, we've got delays, basically from 35th Street all the way through to that accident scene. On the eastbound side, backing up from 27th Street to Holly Road, also eastbound slowing from 84th to Holly Road, but that's pretty typical stuff. Southbound 41 backing up from just south of Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol, northbound from Mayfair Road up to Capitol Drive, and then southbound 43 is backed up between Silver Spring and Keefe. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Hi, this is Dave Spano, CEO of Annex Wealth Management. As we head towards the new year, I want to extend a heartfelt gratitude to our listeners and to our clients. Thank you for your trust, your partnership, and the conversations we get to have every day. From all of us at Annex, we wish you and your family a safe, joyful, and meaningful holiday season.
Investment and retirement planning, along with tax and estate strategies. Get financially organized for the new year. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Vince Vitrano here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Just saw Gina Della here at our WTMJ studios the other day, and she assured me that Santa Claus, while Pella appreciates he is quite magical, she says his elves are not qualified to build Pella windows. Too many options, colors, designs, customizations, quality of the craftsmanship. Now, she also acknowledges that Santa's team is awfully busy building those toys for the boys and girls all around the world. It's not enough time. So instead of going through the big red guy, take advantage of this deal from Pella now, right now. 0% interest on your financing for up to 24 months. This time of year, a lot of folks are in a good mood. You got the holidays, but then after that, we've got a lot of winter still left. The coldest days and a lot of snow, and now's a great time to ensure your home remains comfortable thanks to customizable windows and doors from Pella. Take advantage of this great deal on now. 0% interest on your financing for up to 24 months. Now, certain restrictions do apply, and the deal ends on 12/31/2025. Visit PellaWI.com.
At Capri Communities, they believe people of every age deserve to enjoy life.
I recently moved my dad into a Capri community. He has gained such new independence. His falls have decreased, he's eating healthy meals, and going on great new adventures. Knowing Dad is in a great place really gives me the peace of mind I needed. And now, we're both enjoying life again.
Give the care that has your parent enjoying life again at Capri Communities. Get started today at capricommunities.com.
John Mercure here for Men's Studios. At Men's Studios, it's long-term wellness is the goal. You're going to feel great when you've been at that massage, when you get one of their 11 customizable treatments. You're also going to feel it long-term. You're going to be able to play with your grandkids, golf, do the things you want to do pain-free. That's the goal at Mend. Not just get you out of the crisis state, but get you into a state where you feel good all the time. They've got 2 locations. They customize everything. Check out the website, mendstudio.com. I've been in the studios. They're absolutely gorgeous. They're nurturing. They're going to take care of you. Mend Studio.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Milwaukee Mattress, where top-quality mattresses are priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands. Found exclusively at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
.824 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Kind of happened at the end of the week, and I want to make sure everybody knows it. Bringing it to the top of your inbox, as we say, right?
Okay, that's good.
Cost to ride the bus is going up. Milwaukee County Transit System, and we've been reporting on this for months, faced with a budget hole of $11 million this year, projected $14 million gap next year. They're trying to close that gap, and one way they're planning to try to do that is by increasing fares. So starting January 1, your standard MCTS bus ride will go from $2 to $2.75. For those qualifying for reduced fares, it means it'll go from $1 to $1.25. Daily fare, weekly and monthly passes, like all of these categories are going to go up. And I don't need to run through all of them, but everything's going up in terms of rides for the bus. MCTS announcing the changes late last week. Again, effective on the 1st of the coming year, 2026. Here's one problem with that. Okay, we've got this budget deficit. We're going to raise fares. Everybody's going to have to pay a little bit more, and we're going to kind of close that gap. What's the problem with it?
Well, a lot of people don't pay.
Nobody's paying to ride the bus. That's one of the reasons that we're in this situation from the get-go. The transit system is in the hole that it is in part because of what was revealed earlier this year, that by their own admission, 1 in 4 people riding the bus are not paying the fare.
Now, they are hiring some folks to spend time on some of the more populated routes to remind them that they do have to pay.
That is true. And This isn't just a promise. There's money in the budget
budgeted
for that, including for the sheriff's office to put some deputies on buses or around them to ensure that people are paying to get on. But you have 1 in 4 don't pay to ride the bus right now. It's up to around 50% for those who pay or don't pay to ride the Magic Bus. That's the Connect One that was supposed to cure all of our traffic ills on the I-94 corridor. Because so many people were to be enamored of this bus that goes just a little bit faster, that they would ditch their cars that they own and then just start riding the bus. I don't know that that has happened necessarily. The thing looks largely empty all the time. But nonetheless, if folks aren't paying to get on the bus, how do you plan to make up revenue through a fare increase if people aren't paying the fare? Now, yes, to your point, MCTS has also proposed a number of other changes, including allowing bus drivers to, again, at least ask you to pay.
Right.
Which heretofore, at least the last couple of years, they've been told now we don't want any trouble on the bus. And I appreciate that on behalf of the bus drivers.
There's only so much you can ask the bus driver to do.
Want the bus driver to drive the bus. And they shouldn't have to be hassling people over fare. But at the very least, they can at least ask. And they've been instructed, don't even bother asking. Folks either pay or they don't pay. They just walk on. So those changes are on the way for 2026. But also, what bugs me about this is just sort of the inherent unfairness of it, because once again, you have people who aren't willing to play by the rules, who are trying to take advantage of the situation, and they're not going to suffer any ill effects of increased fares because they're already not paying. But now the folks who do follow the rules and who do pay their fair share to ride the bus and the transit system, now they're going to be asked to pay even more to make up for all the freeloaders. And look, not to sound alarmist, but you can't keep running at $10 million, $14 million in budget gaps. And all. It's not a break-even situation anyway. You're already investing in public transit, which you have to do. You got to have a way for folks who don't have cars to get around. I get that. But the system's going to collapse if people don't start paying their own way. And already now you have fares that have gone up, perhaps not prohibitively, but 75 cents extra per ride. That's enough to have an impact on the budget of some folks. So that's what's happening in 2026 with MCTS, hoping to solve that problem in one way or another. It is coming up on 8:30 here on Wisconsin's Morning News. Bottom of the hour headlines from ABC are up next.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Gruber Law Offices. With Gruber, it's about winning, and winning big. Not for them, for you. Professional, hardworking, honest. They've got 130 professionals that'll make a difference for you in your life. They helped me when I was going through a very difficult time. It's Gruber all the way, proven record of strong results, and proven accomplisher in our community. They make a difference in the places where we live, work, and play. They'll make a difference for you and your family. I've seen it firsthand. It is Gruber Law Offices.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's huge gift sale is going on now, and that means unbeatable value on unique gifts for all the originals on your list. Like 30% off men's work and sport Cambridge flannels, over 40% off a 256-piece Craftsman Mechanics tool set, now $99.99. Plus, select bags of Blaine's brand nut and fruit, nut and cherry, or no-waste nut and fruit birdseed, your choice, $21.99. Knock out your holiday shopping for less during our huge gift sale only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well,
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
This season, the Bucks are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The Supreme Court hearing arguments today on whether presidents have the power to fire the heads of independent agencies whenever they want, even without cause. President Trump's administration is fighting for that. There's still debate on Washington about releasing video of the strikes on boats in the Caribbean. The White House says we're carrying drugs. 2 survivors of an airstrike were later killed by U.S. military in a second strike. One battle after another, leading the Golden Globe nominations with 9. They were out this morning. For some, the cold is bone-chilling. For others, it's raining like crazy. Welcome to winter 2025. Here's ABC Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z.
It's warmer than average back in the southwest, and then we've got the cooler, bitter cold kind of coming in surges as we go through even the end of this week. At the end of the week, the wind chills will drop as low as 24 below. That's in Minneapolis. Buffalo feels like 7 waking up on Saturday.
Chicago's gotten socked with 17 inches of snow so far this season. This is ABC News.
Still dealing with an issue on 794 eastbound, just over Plankington. The 2 right lanes are blocked now. One of the vehicles has the passenger side wheels up on the wall. The other vehicle is kind of crunched up against it. So crews are out there trying to take care of it, give them plenty of room to work with. We got big delays stretching all the way back past 27th Street already. On the westbound side, slowing from 27th to Hawley Road. We've also got delays northbound on 4394 coming out of the Mitchell interchange all the way around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, mostly cloudy, high 26 today, low down to 18 tonight with a chance of snow showers. Right now at 18 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a domestic dispute left 2 people dead. This is the city's northwest side. Police responded about 3:30 in the morning on Sunday, 78th and Silver Spring. Found a 41-year-old shot and killed. A 45-year-old man, the suspected shooter, also later died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Cause of the whole incident is still under investigation.
Kenosha County authorities are searching for a domestic assault suspect on the run with a baby.
21-year-old Keon DeJuan Taylor of Racine is wanted for a violent assault and carjacking that happened on October 31st in Pleasant Prairie. Authorities say he punched the victim repeatedly in the face and dragged her out of her car by her hair. The couple's 3-month-old infant was inside the vehicle when Taylor fled the scene. Kenosha County District Attorney's Office says Taylor was already out on bond in a Racine County domestic abuse case involving the same victim, with active no-contact orders. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee Cider Bar is closing its doors at the end of the month.
Pomona Cider Company announced on Facebook that its last hurrah will be held December 26th and 27th. The cidery began its development in 2020 but didn't officially open until 2023 due to licensing delays, renovations, and the pandemic. Pomona thanked customers for their support and says the space became cozy and a welcoming community spot. They plan to stay open during the normal hours through December 20th. Nazir Spencer, WTMJ News.
The first half of 2025 saw more than 8,000 global data breaches, as experts say AI is making hackers more effective. Michael Bremer from Experian tells WTMJ.
This year's forecast has 5 out of the 6 predictions that involved AI. So AI is very transformative. It's no longer behind the scenes, and it's very much front and center in scams, data breaches, and even infrastructure attacks.
Bremer does say, though, even with AI, 99% of all breaches are still caused by human error.
NFC North Division back in control of the Green Bay Packers. Keyshawn Nixon picked off Caleb Williams of the Bears in the end zone, 4th and 1 from the 14 that secured the Packers' 28-21 win at Lambeau.
It was quite a roller coaster ride for Nixon, who cost the Packers 30 yards on 2 first-half penalties, prompting Matt LaFleur to bench his number 1 corner on the Bears' final drive of the first half.
There's just a heightened sense of emotion, but you got to keep your poise at the end of the day, and you can't do anything that hurts the team.
Nixon's response? The game-preserving interception with 22 seconds to play.
I was proud of how he responded. I know he had a couple PBUs, and then to have that interception at the end of the game,
and Abraham,
obviously a critical moment.
I called and they got me more.
News about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Stock futures were up as we led to the bell. Now with the bell rung, where are we at? Well, the Dow is up, the NASDAQ is up, and the S&P up as they just get underway on Wall Street.
Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Traffic is sponsored by Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Just Mission 94.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Learn the right way to handle firearms. Just Google Mission 94.
Wisconsin State Fair tickets are on sale for just $13. Plus, get ready to deliver holiday bundles packed with State Fair favorites at the lowest price of the season. Get yours today at wistatefair.com before they're gone. Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 6th through 16th.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, best-selling author and founder of the Neal Group. As we get closer to the end of the year, what can you do to make sure you are not paying more in taxes than you have to? What deductions are commonly overlooked? What new items were created by the new tax law? How will the changes affect you? You still have time to get your books in order to make sure you don't pay more in taxes than you absolutely have to. Avoiding taxes is perfectly fine. Evading taxes can land you in prison. Remember last year when you said never again? Don't do the same thing this year and expect different results. You earned it. We help you keep it. Call 414-325-2040 now to set up a meeting to see how you can take advantage of all the tax laws. Don't be surprised again on April 15th. The first meeting is free. That's 414-325-2040 or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's NEAL Group.net.
The Christmas holiday shopping season is on. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Let me make it easy for you. I'm a huge Mine Shaft restaurant fan. It's been family-owned for over 46 years. It's super affordable and super fun. The perfect holiday gift is a Mine Shaft gift card because everyone loves a delicious and affordable breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And check this out. Buy a $100 gift card this week, get a $20 gift card free. Buy $250, get $50 free. Purchase Mine Shaft gift cards for your loyal employees and clients. They're going to love it. Book your holiday company party, office party, or family get-together in the Mine Shaft's free party rooms. They'll create a menu and party to fit your budget. The huge game room adds a ton of fun for your kids and, I must say, for the adults. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh right off the interstate. Buy a $100 gift card, get $20 free. Book your holiday party and order your gift cards at MineShaftRestaurant.com. Stop this week. Just walk in. It's the amazing Mine Shaft.
A couple of nuggets here to get to happening right now. The Dow is skyrocketing. The Dow right now is up more than 3.5%, up 1,600 points as they just get underway. So something to monitor today. The other two are also up, but nowhere near that amount. But right now, the Dow is just Dow is just soaring in early morning trading.
Fed meets this week and could vote. I think Wednesday we would find out whether or not they might cut interest rates again. Is it possible somebody said something? Like sometimes that indicated
right?
which way they might be leaning, and
Yep.
that causes things to happen.
So anyway, keeping an eye on that. We also have this.
The SOTs.
Yes, today's day one as we unveil the WTMJ 2025 Standouts of the Year. We unveiled our first one at 7:20 this morning. We're going to go into more detail as to what it means for the future, but today's unveiling was for Microsoft President Brad Smith because of all the investments Wisconsin is getting from Microsoft. Billions, probably $7 billion worth of investments into data centers.
So far,
right. So what does that mean? Is it all good? There are some concerns as well, so we'll get into that coming up at 9:10. And then there's this situation on 794.
Ongoing situation between the Marquette and the Lake interchange, so that little spur that we've talked so much about of late because some folks want to knock it down, but it's that piece of freeway between the Marquette interchange and before you hit the Hone Bridge. And we've got two cars that were involved in an accident. Debbie talked about it, but one of the cars appears to be over the edge, at least with its right front tire, so passenger side wheel, and almost the back as well. I wouldn't call it teetering, Eric, but it's hanging over the side of the freeway. That's an elevated strip of freeway there.
It's enough where if you were on the road underneath it, you could see the vehicle.
Yeah.
Because we can see from our vantage point, we can see, what is that, 2nd Street or whatever that is there? We can see cars driving underneath there. So, like, they could look up and see that car.
What a frightening situation for that driver. And because we have had a couple of situations over the last decade, granted only 2, but 2 that come to mind for me, where when we get snowfall, significant snowfall, and the snow plows push all the snow off to the side, and you have some of these barriers that are meant to keep vehicles that might have been involved in an accident from going over the edge.
Right.
The snow sort of acts as a ramp, and it's clear this vehicle here might have kind of ridden up a little bit of a snowbank, and that caused it to teeter on the edge. We had a car that flew off the zoo interchange, one of the ramps there.
Remember that?
That, I looked it up, was in 2021. And prior to that, we had another vehicle that flew off one of the ramps leading up to that big span in the Hone Bridge. And in that case, the individual died.
That was deadly. They have been, we've seen them out there. We know that they've been doing the snow removal from those areas. They'll do it overnight. Like, they'll get front end loaders out there and they'll remove a lot of that snow to prevent any ramping, if you will.
Yeah, it's more than plowing. So initially they want to get the streets cleared or the freeways cleared, so they plow everything off to the side. But then when they have lighter traffic times, you'll get what's kind of like a big snow blower, where it actually scoops up the snow and they get it off of the edges there to prevent that ramping effect that might cause cars to go over the edge. That's one of those, like, if you think about a moment where you might fly over the edge, and think about how you die in your dreams. Right?
Jeez.
You're in and you're falling, and you wake up.
Oh, your heart. Oh.
Or as you're driving along, the intrusive thoughts that happen. What would happen if I went this way?
Oh, my gosh.
So that situation ongoing there. If you see emergency vehicles on scene, that's what they're dealing with. I don't know that anyone is in distress at this point. It looked like even that driver would have been able to get out of the vehicle, or it doesn't appear like it's like a fall is imminent, but it is hanging over the edge. 8:42 on Wisconsin's Morning News. What do you see, Deb?
Well, we do have that, what you had described. 794 eastbound right over 2nd Street. The 2 right lanes are blocked with crews out there trying to figure out how they're going to get this thing off the wall. So this is also affecting your ride southbound 43 from about Kilbourne down through the Marquette. So keep that in mind. Beyond that, though, we do have delays eastbound 94 from about 35th Street through the Marquette. Also, back that up a step, we do have your usual 76th Street to Hawley Road delays. Westbound 94 is backed up from 27th to Hawley Road as well. Northbound on 4394, slowing around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. Off on the right shoulder, just about at Beecher, or just before Beecher, we do have a broken down vehicle there, so watch out for that. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here. It's the holiday season, and it's that time of year to bask in the season of gift-giving, joy, and peace, and not be distracted by that aggravating joint pain you've been dealing with in your knees or in your back. As you head into the new year, make 2026 the year your body remembers how to heal. Call QC Kinetics. It's where your joint pain relief doesn't need to come from surgery or a bunch of pain pills. QC Kinetics uses your body's natural healing abilities to repair and restore those knees or that back or that shoulder. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consult. It's 414-667-5559. It's 414-667-5559. It's a great opportunity to use your HSA and FSA for treatment. 414-667-5559. Call QC Kinetics today and enjoy a wonderful holiday season without dealing with a bad knee. QC Kinetics, 414-667-5559.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. So I was looking at some of the bushes that have overgrown on my property, and I love our yard, but I need dormant pruning. That's what takes place during the winter when it's safe to cut back things so you have healthier trees and bushes around your house. Check right now to see if you've got stuff scraping against the siding or needs to be cut back, and schedule it now. Design Build landscaping projects are a year-round topic. Landworks Wisconsin does it the right way every time. They help people achieve their outdoor dreams by creating beautiful landscapes. I love these guys. LandworksWisconsin.com. Check them out today.
Interesting study, maybe across your feed. Now, one of the reasons that Gen Z kids now, and some of them young adults now, why they are, how they are. And a quick aside on that, if we Gen Xers or even front-end millennials have any complaints, we can blame ourselves. This is how we made them. Right? These children are products of our upbringing.
You're right.
So any generation that wants to complain about the generation following them, or two, I guess usually it's two, right? Like Gen Xers, the millennials weren't our kids. It's more the Gen Zs, whatever.
Okay.
But
All right.
this is how we made them, right? But this gets at video games. And what stood out to me, what sound do young gamers very rarely hear anymore? Not that one specifically, but a sound that indicates game over. Because the game is never over. And this theory is that it's messing them up. Saw this on a lengthy Instagram post. It may be in other places. And the source here is an account called Wealthy Educator, quoting an unnamed psychologist. So take this for what it's worth. I don't know, it might just be some person's observations. But it had the ring of truthiness about it to me, so I share with you today. Children in the 90s played games that forced the brain to fail and try again. 3 lives, no saves, no hints. When you lost, you learned. Patience, planning, and frustration tolerance. Or in some cases, maybe you didn't learn that. You chucked your controller across the room.
Right.
Maybe it broke. Didn't dare tell your parents. How'd this break? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Right? So then you're not playing your game.
They must have just fallen off the table.
It must have fallen. Maybe one of my friends when they were here. Which friend?
Derek.
Yeah. I don't know any Derek. But the point is that you lost. And today, they say, many games guide kids step by step, auto-save every 10 seconds, and remove real challenge. You used to stop when you failed. Today's games are endless. Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, built to keep attention forever. This trains a different circuit. Instead of finishing tasks, kids get addicted to constant stimulation. In other words, again, you got your 3 lives. Maybe you know where to get the extra life, or you hit a certain score and you get the extra life. But at some point, you were out of chances and you had to start over. And in many of the games today, you're just sort of on this constant journey. So you get to pick up wherever you left off, or
I think
couldn't even pause the game.
There is something to that. I mean, what did Matt Miller, a man about film on Substack, our movie critic, tell us last week about Netflix?
About streaming services.
Yeah, about how Netflix, especially the way it has its metrics set up, it wants to keep you watching TV on your couch as long as possible. That's the success model for Netflix. This is a little bit different, but same rule could apply, right?
Yeah.
You want that person holding that controller as long as possible.
Journey games, and this is interesting too, if you have younger folks in your workplace or if you are among them, what frustrates some of your elders in the workplace about many Gen Zs and even back-end millennials. Journey games, no roadmap. You had to figure it out. So I look at Adventure was one. I remember my buddy had Atari, which was not my favorite game, but right. You had to go through a maze and you had to figure out the maze. And until you figured out the maze, you couldn't beat the game. They write, modern games often give glowing lines, GPS arrows, voice assistance. Kids follow instructions instead of figuring it out. If we can translate that into the workplace, one frustration I've often had with, it's not exclusive to younger workers, but other folks have okay, you assign a task of some kind. I need you to go find this on the feed. Okay? They go, for whatever reason, can't find it. Then what do?
Well,
come back and ask you what to do.
Yes.
Right. I looked.
Couldn't find it.
You said this was going to be there.
Yep.
It wasn't there. What do you want me to do? Well, I don't know, man. I want you to figure it out.
Solve the problem. Find a solution.
My brain's busy. That's why I assigned this to you. Can you just go get it? I don't know. It wasn't exactly where I thought it would be. But they're always looking for the next instruction. And this analysis sort of points back to video games, how their brains were trained. Socialization is another big one. We've talked about this. Here's what they write. In the 90s, you went to a friend's house. You sat on the same couch. You argued over controllers, shared secrets, passed levels together. Today, kids play alone with a headset, surrounded by thousands, but connected to no one.
Is that fair, though? Because oftentimes you're playing with your friends on those types of sites. Even when you're wearing the headset, you're playing with Derek, even though Derek might be at his house.
And you may collaborate on common goals. I don't play a lot of the games, but a lot of the first-person shooter games, you might be on the same team together, or even in Roblox or some of these others.
Fortnite.
Yeah, right. You and your buddies are all together. You may not be in the same physical space.
Right.
you're together in one way or another. That was a frustration I used to have with my son. He and his buddies would play games. When I go, I'd hear voices. He's downstairs. I'm thinking, do we have friends over? And he's got either on speakerphone or on speaker, in some way, bunch of friends of his, and they're all playing the same game, which I did like. At least they were being social,
collaborating.
With one another. Yes. But in the same token, I'm like, dude, Tanner lives 3 blocks away. Why don't you go to his house?
Yeah.
Or he's welcome here. Just be together in the space. It's not how they wanted to play, because this way everybody gets to play at the same time.
Yeah. They don't want to sit and watch someone else play.
Wasn't it the worst when you went to your buddy's house and they had a different video game system than you? So you didn't have Atari, but your friend did. And so, okay, let's just take Pac-Man, for example. All right, it's your house. Eric's well-skilled in Pac-Man. So you play 2-player Pac-Man. I go first. I get 7 dots in. All right, now Eric's turn. 20 minutes later.
40 minutes. I'm on a heater.
That's terrible.
Play really well.
So I get it. Final analysis, they say. Kids are playing because the game is engineered to keep them hooked. This is why Gen Z has the shortest attention span in history. Right, the object of the game, and you do have big bosses you have to beat or whatever to advance to that next stage. The point is, you never hear the end of the game. You don't have to start at the beginning. You can just pick up where you left off.
Just a reminder, though, before everyone points their finger at Gen Z, you're probably still playing that Candy Crush game right now, too. Like, everyone is susceptible to it, being stuck in a loop on some of these screens. It's not just one age group.
And if we don't like it, we have only ourselves to blame. This is the society we created. One more time before 9 o'clock here, Debbie.
Problems on 794 eastbound. The 2 right lanes are blocked right over 2nd Street. It's an accident where it's 2 cars involved. One of them has the passenger side wheels up on the wall, on the outer wall. So a tow truck is on the scene. They are pulling one of the vehicles away, and they're waiting for the other one, I think, to get out of the way before they pull the one off the wall. So just watch out for that. It is basically backing up all the way from the stadium interchange to that point. Southbound 43, backups right past Capitol Drive down towards Locust. On westbound 94, backing up from about 35th Street all the way to Holly Road. And then on eastbound at 94, slowing down from Highway 16 all the way to Barker Road. Looks like we got a crash blocking the left lane right about at Barker, or at actually Highway F, I should say. That's where the delays start to let up a bit. So just keep that in mind. Kind of hefty ride through there. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Ford Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
Vince Vitrano here. Just booked my annual vision check with Shopko Optical. I go later this week. Took me a long time to find Shopko, and I'm so glad I did. I had gone years of paying for vision benefits, something I paid for as part of our family's insurance, but I was never using them, even though I knew my eyesight was diminishing. Only a few weeks left on the calendar year, so if you have not taken care of your annual checkup, time to get on the schedule and do that. I've been buying readers off the rack at the convenience store for years instead of getting a real, comprehensive eye exam and custom lenses that are designed for my specific vision needs. Difference is real. I see so much better for reading now, and insurance covers so much of the cost, including for my first pair of glasses. Visit the folks I know and trust for my eye care. Call Shopko Optical or get started online at shopko.com to schedule an appointment.
Hey, I've got a perfect holiday gift for everyone on your list. It's from the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I know everyone loves a free world-class dinner. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free every single night, every night. Buy a $100 gift card and receive an additional $20 gift card for free. Buy $250, get $50 free. Buy $500, get $125 in free gift cards. Great gifts, great stocking stuffers. Fox & Hound's gift cards are wonderful holiday gifts for family, friends, loyal employees, key clients. Your company saves hundreds of dollars, and you're a superstar with this gift. Order online at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com, and your gift cards will arrive shortly. You just got to check out the Fox & Hounds holiday lights and decorations. Super special. They're gorgeous. They're magical. And it's just off Highway 167 near Holy Hill. Enjoy a cocktail and free dinner tonight, and order your free holiday gift cards online at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
You've spent a lifetime taking care of others. Now it's your turn to enjoy life your way. At Capri Communities, they offer vibrant senior living where neighbors become friends, and each day brings something to smile about.
Well, it's breakfast with the boys, and then bingo is at 3 in the afternoon. I lost that super lady I lived with for 60 years, but have found a home and doing well. The accommodations, the facilities, it's been a pleasure.
Find your perfect new home at capricommunities.com.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Milwaukee Mattress, where top quality mattresses are priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands. Found exclusively at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
David Lee Roth is coming to Summerfest. That just announced this morning. He's going to play the BMO Pavilion.
Yep.
In June still, yeah?
Saturday, June 20th.
Does he do all the Van Halen stuff? That's what he does, right?
Well, that's a good question. Does he bring his pencil?
I got my
you like that?
pencil.
That's a good question. You would have to assume he's going to play some VH, right?
Okay.
That'd be a fun show.
Nice to think about Summerfest. We've got a really cold storm team forecast, which we will get to you just after 9 o'clock once again. But a few chances for snow, maybe a rain-snow mix this week as well. So it's going to be an active weather week ahead. What is the current status of your suit coat and tie that is supposed to be in transit on its way to here?
So,
I
have a meeting today, and I need a jacket, and I left it at home.
Okay,
so I texted my wife, and Andrew's just going to bring it. She works downtown, too. And I was like, you know what? Instead of trying to figure out a way to meet her on Wisconsin Avenue to grab the coat, I'll text Matzik, because Greg Matzik lives in my neck of the woods. And I'll ask him if he minds swinging
by the house, pick up.
Yeah.
And you'll have it for you.
And he was happy to do it. So
Great,
he texted,
good.
yeah, I'll grab
Fine,
it.
Done.
So then I got this text. The good news and bad news from Greg.
This is from
here.
Matzik?
Right. Good news is that I picked up your jacket, brought it with me. The bad news is I left it at the car dealership because I had a service appointment today.
He left it in his car.
So now I got to figure out, I got to go see if I can get it from the dealership where he's having his car serviced right
You can't get it. It's going to be up on the thing. You're not him? Hi, I'm here to get stuff out of this other person's vehicle that I don't own.
They won't do anything nice
Sir,
for me?
I don't know. That's not nice. I don't think that's going to work out, man. I think you're going over to Kohl's. It's right down the way here. What time do they open?
Could I rent a jacket? Or do I return it after I wear it?
Right, just tuck those tags in. Wouldn't be the first. 8:58 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
The president of James Imaging Systems, Tom Tegeter.
As I reflect on the 2025 performance of the James Imaging Systems team, I'm inspired by their power of action, reliable follow-through, and ability to consistently connect with our clients. So thank you for helping our clients grow, profit, and thrive. In addition, I'm humbled by the trust our clients place in the James Imaging Systems expertise to help them succeed, now and in the years to come. As your local business technology partner, I extend my appreciation and gratitude for your ongoing loyalty. Looking forward, I feel that as individuals and as a community, if we display the power of positive action and authentically strive to find common ground, then our local communities will be stronger and our family connections will be secure and enduring. To everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and God bless America.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Milwaukee Weight Loss is extending their huge holiday sale with $300 off now through December 26th with the lowest prices of the year on the result-getting Milwaukee Weight Loss program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects. You can start losing those unwanted pounds either before, during, or after the holidays. No more losing weight and gaining it back. You can keep the weight off for good with this program. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, WTMJ, Steve Scafidi here. I took advantage of the Milwaukee Weight Loss program, lost 45 pounds this year. You can take advantage of the lowest prices of the year with $300 off. But hurry, sale ends on December 26th. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Call for your free consultation, 262-449-1180. That's 262-449-1180 or MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. I'm Brett Matchke, and you're due for service.
Richlands. Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
9 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Monday, December 8th, our top story. A family is safe after an early morning fire.
I'm Erik Bilstad, another inmate on the run in the Big Easy. WTMJ time saver traffic, 794 eastbound right around 2nd Street. They have one of the cars removed. There was a 2-vehicle accident, and it's blocking the right lanes. One of the vehicles was up on the barrier there, the barrier wall, with its wheel over the side. You could see it from below. That has now since been at least removed from the wall. They're still trying to clean up that accident, but you will notice the right lane's blocked on 794 eastbound.
Traffic very slow, 794 or I-94 into the stadium interchange in all the construction zone. Opposite direction as well if you're westbound on I-94, slow near the stadium right now. Mostly cloudy today with a high of 26 degrees in your Storm Team forecast. Tonight's low down to 18 with a chance of snow showers. Right now at 17. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, family without a place to stay at the moment. Early morning fire that started in a vacant home spread to their house on Milwaukee's west side.
Only to respond for a second alarm at West Juneau Avenue, North 27th Street.
Dispatch audio coming to us from Broadcastify as fire crews responded about 1:15 this morning. Flames coming from the second floor of an abandoned home, 27th and Juneau. That fire then spread to the duplex next door. The family was able to escape, and nobody was hurt.
A Wauwatosa police officer and another driver were injured in a crash on Sunday evening. Police telling TMJ4 News this happened while officers were investigating a crash that had happened earlier in that same location near 121st and Bluemont. Both people taken to the hospital, not knowing how severe their injuries are.
Authorities this morning still searching for the last of 3 inmates who escaped Thursday from a jail in Louisiana.
The 3 inmates, all convicted of or charged with violent crimes, removed concrete blocks from a deteriorating wall and climbed a bedsheet rope to freedom. Joseph Allen Harrington was tracked to a house in the town of Port Barry.
We surrounded the home. Sheriff's office called out to him to come out the house.
Port Barry Police Chief Dion Boudreau says Harrington was later found dead in the home of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The second escapee was caught Friday. The last man out, Keith Eli, was being held on a second-degree murder charge when the trio broke out. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
The U.S. Supreme Court hears arguments today in a case that tests President Trump's power over independent federal agencies. At issue is whether or not he has the authority to fire a Democratic-appointed member of the Federal Trade Commission. CBS correspondent Jan Crawford spoke with the plaintiff, Rebecca Slaughter.
For Slaughter, the issue goes well beyond Trump.
If this president is successful in accruing all of this power, it will be power that can be used by any president. People who are celebrating it right now might not like as much if the shoe is on the other foot.
The court is expected to decide Rebecca Slaughter's case by July, but even if it rules against her, it wouldn't necessarily affect all the other independent federal agencies. The justices, for example, have suggested that the Federal Reserve Board may be more insulated from these kind of firings.
Slaughter was appointed by President Trump in 2018. The term is supposed to end in 2029.
White House official now saying President Trump is planning a $12 billion aid package for U.S. farmers, some of whom are struggling to sell their crops after the president raised tariffs on China in particular. Now, farmers had largely backed the president politically, but his aggressive trade policies and frequently changing tariff rates have come under increased scrutiny, in part because of the impact on the agricultural sector and because of broader consumer worries. The president is set to unveil the plan this afternoon at the White House.
News about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management market update. Mixed bag at the moment. The Dow is down 69, NASDAQ up 43, and the S&P is off 1.
Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. And then the Sodies, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time, 9:05.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Are the changing seasons making you crave a getaway? Let Fox World Travel help you plan the perfect all-inclusive resort or cruise vacation to escape the cold. We've got special deals with Apple Vacations, Delta Vacations, Princess Cruises, Celebrity Cruises, and more. Whether you book online or with a travel advisor, Fox World Travel has your back. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO today.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee and Waukesha. Griffin. The buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Time for WTMJ Sports Update for the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Packers back atop the NFC North Division standings with a win over the Bears. Christian Watson with a pair of touchdowns. Keyshawn Nixon sealed the win, intercepting Caleb Williams in the end zone on 4th and 1, 22 seconds to play. Packers 28-21 winners.
Action in November after tearing his ACL in January. Watson has 5 touchdowns in his last 4 games.
I'm just really proud of how he's responded and how he's worked to get him into a spot now where you go out and you see what he can do, and got a lot of love and a lot of respect for Christian Watson.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
The Packers now at 9-3-1 with the win. Good for second best in the NFC. In college hoops, Wisconsin women's basketball upset number 20 Michigan State 78-64 at the Kohl Center on Sunday. They face San Diego in Madison on Wednesday. And in volleyball, the Lady Badgers moving on to the NCAA regional semifinals. Next up for Wisconsin, number 2 Stanford on Friday. Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. Slow ride into the city right now, right around the Marquette interchange because of this crash on 794 eastbound. So on 794, we have this crash. The right lanes were blocked as they were clearing the scene. They've gotten one of the vehicles removed, still working on the other one. But because of that, it's still really slow as you're heading east on 794. So you have that. You have the construction around the stadium, which is a bit slow. Then we have further out in Waukesha County, 94 eastbound, right around Highway F. That's where the Steinhoffels is. We have an accident there that they're dealing with, and that has a lane blocked. The left lane is blocked, 94 east, because of that crash. So you have some backups right around Highway 16 and further east in that stretch of 94.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Quiet today. Mostly cloudy skies, high 26. Chance of snow showers tonight, low down to 18. Things get interesting on Tuesday evening. Mostly cloudy with a rain-snow mix possible late Tuesday, high 37. That rain-snow mix could linger into Wednesday. with a high of 36. For Thursday, a slight chance of a flurry, otherwise mostly cloudy, high of just 22. Friday's high only 20 degrees with a chance of snow. Milwaukee right now at 18.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
It's that time of year. Huge week here on Wisconsin's Morning News. Very important week, influential week, if you will. People pine to hear their name called this week.
This is going to become a bigger deal.
It already is there. The WTMJ Standouts of the Year, otherwise known as
the SOTIs.
Yes, so here's what we do. Every year we'd like to highlight some folks who made an impact in the state of Wisconsin. How do you define impact? Well, it kind of depends. Could be any number of different things. It could be philanthropical. It could be economical. It could be a combination. It could be educational. It could have something to do with sports. There's any number of different ways there can be a standout of the year. Very similar to the Time Person of the Year. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, the Time Person of the Year.
That's supposed to be this week, actually.
Yeah, that's expected later this week.
We're beating him to the punch.
Yeah. So we will have one a day that we will announce, including today. So here it is, today's Standout of the Year.
The 2025 Wisconsin's Morning News Standout of the Year is Microsoft President Brad Smith.
This is literally creating jobs across the state of Wisconsin.
The world's most powerful AI data center, dubbed Fairwater, is rising in Mount Pleasant.
As we get steel from near Wausau, as we get chillers from La Crosse, as we get generators from near Madison.
Fairwater is more than just business for Microsoft President Brad Smith.
Certainly the fact that Brad Smith is from Racine County, he's familiar with the region, and he certainly made statements to that effect.
Smith's a Wisconsin native, born in Milwaukee. He spent 5 years as a kid living in Mount Pleasant. He even delivered papers. But the Milwaukee Business Journal's Rich Kirchen says the site is more than just nostalgia.
It's the available land. It's the willingness of We Energies and other energy companies in Wisconsin. So they're happy to invest to provide the electricity that's needed. And then the other thing is the state a few years ago did enact a new tax break for data center projects.
In turn, Microsoft plans to create Wisconsin's first data center academy at Gateway Technical College and a Microsoft AI Co-Innovation Lab at UW Milwaukee.
This is literally creating jobs across the state of Wisconsin.
Smith says all of it is meant to bring new advancements in medicine, science, and other critical fields right here in Wisconsin.
Bad idea for that land and a bad idea for Caledonia.
The proposed behemoth Microsoft data center would all have disfigured the essential character of Caledonia permanently.
Profit should not always be the overriding factor.
Now, Fairwater is not without its critics. Environmental concerns, AI concerns. There was backlash to a second proposed Microsoft data center in Caledonia.
This seemed like something we were about to do to the village, not for the village.
A lot of residents were concerned about the effect on the community, traffic going in and out, lighting, et cetera, et cetera.
Smith and Microsoft decided to pull out.
The village board was ready to approve the project, but the company, which does seem to be sensitive to local concerns, decided that they would withdraw that site, and they said they would keep looking in Racine County.
We have a philosophy. It's under-promise, over-deliver, and partner with the community.
Smith says they are committing an additional $4 billion to be spent over the next 3 years, similar in size to Fairwater, bringing their total investment in Wisconsin to more than $7 billion.
We will train more than 100,000 people in Wisconsin by the end of the decade so they have the AI skills to fill the jobs of tomorrow.
So Brad Smith Our first WTMJ standout of the year for 2025. We'll have another one tomorrow and throughout the week right here on Wisconsin's Morning News. So lots of questions about what's going to happen with these data centers. And there's some who have concerns, others who are really excited about them and wondering what they can be. Joining us now on Wisconsin's Morning News is Tricia Braun. Tricia is with the Wisconsin Data Center Coalition. Tricia, good morning. First of all, can you speak on the impact that Brad Smith and Microsoft have had on the state of Wisconsin?
Well, there is no question that the investment that Microsoft has made in Wisconsin, and not just Southeast Wisconsin, right? There have been multiple investments, have been transformational and has actually set our state up on a path to potentially be a leader in technology, manufacturing, data centers, at that scale. But it wouldn't have probably had this pace and this interest without that initial investment in Southeast Wisconsin.
So what has to happen then? What has to happen now to ensure that it is a path of success?
There are a lot of different opinions, mostly being shared on social media, that have a partial truth or are based on something that people have read, but from a project that happened 5 years ago, and they're not talking about current projects and current ways of developing data centers specifically. And what is not being talked about is how important this industry is for Wisconsin. And I mean that from, my job is to help improve and escalate and elevate the economic impact across the state, not for necessarily just construction companies, which is where people tie the jobs to. It's our manufacturers. And it's not just the large manufacturers and the names that like Modine and Train. It's the smaller parts and pieces, tool and die, and metal fabricators, like those companies that have been here for centuries, right? Or they're just legacy industry that Wisconsin has built itself on that needs this right now. And that's just not the conversation that people are having.
In terms, Tricia, of Brad Smith and the impact that he may have had on the decision to make this multi-billion-dollar investment in Wisconsin, do you read that as it's because he's from here and he has ties to here and Microsoft has interests up in Green Bay with Titletown Tech and those other things? Or is it a combination of that with this state also is a perfect place for these data centers?
I think we can all agree that Brad Smith is a very, very smart guy. So when he chooses Wisconsin, it's not, yes, there may be a tie to it that, he loves Wisconsin in general, but there's also very sound business decisions for these investments. And it's from all of the things, from the right place, climate, natural disasters don't necessarily occur here other than maybe a tornado here or there. But not at the scale that other places have. We also have the workforce. We have the companies. We have that can supply, build into the supply chain, and all of the things that we love about Wisconsin that we don't brag enough about. Brad knows. So I think while he does love Wisconsin, he may be from here. The decision to put his investment here is multifaceted for sure.
Moving forward, can we expect, Tricia, more data centers? And I don't want to say is there a limit, but is there a number that the state would target?
Well, if I have a magic 8-ball, I could answer your question.
Right.
I don't know. I think there is obviously limitations to the pace at which the projects can occur. And that's from both just land availability, power generation, demand from the customers, et cetera. Do I think there'll be a few more? Absolutely. Do I think it'll be more than 10? No. But what we're all forgetting too is we've had tons of data centers, less than 50, but a sizable amount here in the state already that people just didn't know were here because they look like regular buildings. But if you're talking specifically about the hyperscale projects, I would say there will definitely be a handful more because it's a good environment for them. The time frame that you talk about, I don't know. I would say a minimum of 5 years. Most people will say 5 to 10 before it plateaus. It's not like a bubble. I don't think, but it could be longer than that based on, new technology and improvements on what's existing in the facility and replacement of those parts. So I don't know. Your guess is probably as good as mine on that one.
Tricia, do you see any ancillary benefits outside the data centers and the jobs and the things that are created immediately around them with a company like Microsoft, a global planetary leader, having such a deep investment in our state? Does that mean we may see more charitable dollars from Microsoft? Do we have more white-collar, high-tech jobs moving in? Do we have more office people? Do they build a giant skyscraper in downtown Milwaukee?
I don't know about the skyscraper, but because I don't know if that's the way that they work. I'm not going to project that. But I think what we are all not talking about, too, is where this AI and what they're wanting to come out of the technology that's going into that building, what that could mean globally, right? What problems are we going to solve with the AGI? Whether it's climate control, medical, just even the way that our current manufacturers operate, that type of efficiencies that are going to be created by the AI is none of us know, but we all are sort of like leaning into it, and I think that's going to be a really cool opportunity for Wisconsin to be at the center of.
I'm glad you brought that up because I think oftentimes, unfortunately, what we think of is, it'll be able to create a meme of Vince riding a unicorn or something like that. You know what I mean?
Actually would be awesome.
But that's really important also, right?
Yes, it is.
But it is so much larger than that.
Yeah. No, it's so much larger than that. And the ability to do so many bigger things is just mind-blowing. It's above my pay grade. I'm telling you that right now.
Tricia Braun, thank you. Tricia Braun with the Wisconsin Data Center Coalition. As we announce Brad Smith as the first WTMJ standout of the year, the president of Microsoft. We'll do another one tomorrow. We'll unveil tomorrow's honoree at 7:20 this morning. And then tomorrow's honoree will join us in studio 24 hours from now. Much more online at the WTMJ Standouts of the Year on Wisconsin's Morning News.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Hi, it's David Nason from The Fix-It Show on WTMJ. Every Saturday morning, we talk about keeping your home in top shape. One issue I hear all the time, wet basements and foundation problems.
And that's where Accurate Basement Repair comes in. I'm Chris Mancuso, and for over 20 years, we've been The Fix-It Show's trusted experts in foundation repair and waterproofing.
Don't wait until the problem gets worse. Visit AccurateBasementRepair.com.
Accurate Basement Repair.
We're not just good, we're accurate. Catch Accurate Basement Repair on The Fix-It Show and WTMJ.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
And free groceries.
Okay, just calm down. We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned in right here to score free groceries.
Stop, please.
Okay, I'm shutting up. My lip is zipped.
Let's get to this week's specials at Century Foods. Now through Wednesday, save on 7 to 16 ounce selected varieties Barilla pasta, 2 for $3. 15 to 16 ounce selected varieties Bush's variety beans, 4 for $5. 1 pound selected varieties Land O'Lakes butter, $4.99. 12 to 40 count selected varieties Hefty One storage or freezer bags, $3.99.
And now time for the big reveal. Free groceries.
That's too over the top. Try this. Win free groceries from Century Foods.
Win free groceries from Century Foods.
Forget it. I'll handle the rest. Enter to win $500 worth of free groceries on Century's Facebook or Instagram by December 31st.
Happy Monday!
It's time to look at the week ahead.
What a Monday morning.
Indeed. On a Monday morning, the week ahead for Monday, December 8th, 2025. This is the part where Erik usually says, what are you going to see in your timeline, on the TV, reading the headlines, seeing your social media feed, here on the radio. But I'm doing it this
Maybe
week.
it'll be something that your mother tells you about later on.
One of the memes.
Perhaps it's a text that your kid shares with you.
Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you selected?
All right, here's your week ahead. And ahead this week,
the SOTs.
Yes, I'm on week ahead as Erik has been diligently assembling our WTMJ standouts of the year.
Really looking forward to how you portray the week upcoming.
Who will be revealed on this here program. 7:20 each of the next 4 days. The men and women who had a deep impact on Wisconsin in 2025. Time Magazine's Person of the Year, a slightly less prestigious honor than the SOTY.
The SOTs.
I guess those would be the POTIs?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Supposed to be revealed this week. We're hearing Thursday morning. Odds makers on FanDuel, if you're a betting person. Top 5 possibilities in reverse order of the least likely to most likely according to FanDuel. Ready? Number 5, Vladimir Zelensky, president of Ukraine. He's in the news today, meeting with European leaders. Joe Rogan, the podcaster. President Donald Trump. Pope Leo XIV.
Oh, okay.
But most likely.
Most likely is...
Not a person at all. We've feared this. We've talked about
this
it.
is
Don't
the concern.
do it. Artificial intelligence. I mean, at least we picked a guy who's part of the AI revolution.
Yes.
The field is expected to grow to 8. Could have yet another Democrat throwing his hat in the ring for governor here in Wisconsin. President of the Greater Milwaukee Committee, Joel Brennan, expected to officially announce at some point this week his run.
Here are the nominees for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Comedy.
Golden Globe nominations actually came out earlier this morning.
Yep.
Any surprises in there for you?
No, it looks like Wicked did well. Looks like Sinners did well. So some of the movies that you'd expect are getting some attention.
Golden Globes come your way early in 2026, January 11th. Not Cyber Monday today, but Green Monday. And they say one of the biggest days for online sales. The term coined by eBay nearly 20 years ago for the second Monday in December, with folks making last-minute online purchases for delivery in time for Christmas, thinking they're being like, all right, I missed Black Friday, I missed Cyber Monday, I missed Small Business Saturday, I missed this thing or that thing. And at some point, it's going to be Christmas.
You got to get a move on.
So today would be the day. Sticking with the financials, 2 days of Fed meetings kick off Tuesday with a Wednesday decision expected on interest rates. The Federal Open Market Committee last lowered rates 0.25% back in October. All aboard the holiday train, the Canadian Pacific train that's all lit up. You've seen this thing rolling through.
Oh, yeah, it's neat.
Merriment.
Yeah.
They ask folks who come out to donate food items for area needy families. This rolls through Wisconsin this week. Stops in Sturtevant and Caledonia on Tuesday. Wauwatosa, Heartland, Oconomowoc, and Watertown all on Wednesday. A touchdown of a non-football variety for you on Tuesday, provided everything goes well with the separation this morning. NASA astronaut Johnny Kim, alongside 2 Russian cosmonauts scheduled to return to Earth in a Russian Soyuz capsule. 245 days they've been on the International Space Station. Also tomorrow, the new Hippo Indoor Haven opens at Milwaukee County Zoo. 61,000 square feet of habitat, as well as the Rhino Care Center for better animal health care. Surrounding yards for zebras and Red River hogs as well.
Hungry Hippos couldn't last much. You know, you could play it maybe 1 or 2 rounds, and then it was like, all right. Well,
and it wasn't even really skilled.
What other games you got?
How hard can we mash at this thing? Wednesday is International Human Rights Day. It marks the anniversary of the United Nations General Assembly adopting the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Wednesday night is our turn to host trivia.
Who are the ad wizards who came up with this one?
Yes, producer Greg, Erik, Sandy Max, and I will be on hand at Trattoria di Carlo in Pizzeria in Oak Creek.
That'll be fun.
Debbie Lozica is planning to come out and play as well.
Awesome.
7 o'clock is the start time. We ask you to get there a little bit early and bring a toy for Capco Kids to Kids Toy Drive. And in fact, Saturday is the Capco Kids to Kids Christmas celebration in Grafton, where some of those toys will be distributed.
Encourage anyone who gets the opportunity to go see that to go do it. It's a really cool event, and it's great to see that with a kid, for a kid to kind of physically appreciate what all those toys are doing and where they're going.
Nobel Prize Award ceremony in Stockholm for prizes in physics, chemistry, physiology or medicine, literature, and economic sciences. Nobel Peace Prize presented in Oslo, Norway. That is also on Wednesday. Jury selection set to begin Thursday unless there is some sort of plea deal. For Milwaukee County Circuit Court Judge Hannah Dugan, accused of helping an illegal immigrant escape capture from federal agents earlier this year. Her trial is set to begin a week from today in federal court.
A savior arises in swaddling clothes and nothing but hate.
The 10th season of Black Nativity opens Thursday night. The Marcus Performing Arts Center, the Langston Hughes musical, plays in the Wilson Theater at Vogel Hall through Sunday. Friday, Wisconsin Elections Commission meets. We're only a couple of months away from the spring primary in 2026. This is a public hearing.
Okay. A public hearing, really?
Yeah. But it's all online. It's a virtual, so people can register ahead of the meeting to offer various testimony. WEC is discussing proposed rules for voting equipment, ballot security, training of elections inspectors. It's 11 a.m. on Friday. In sports, Major League Baseball winter meetings.
Put away the snowplow and come on out.
League executives getting together in Orlando. The draft lottery is Tuesday night. Not as closely watched as you have in the NBA or things like that, but this is often when big deals get done this week of the winter meetings. So if the Brewers were, for example, looking to trade someone, maybe a pitcher,
Freddie?
Like Freddie, if that were in the works, you could hear about that.
I think fans would be fine if you kept him. I think most fans would be.
You can make an argument either way.
Happy to keep him, right? One
College
more shot
football's Heisman Trophy Award to be announced Saturday night on ESPN.
Chim chimney, chim chim, chiree, chim chiroo.
Dick Van Dyke turns 100 years old on Saturday. Mary Poppins, of course, Bye Bye Birdie, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
And still got it. He's still doing
interviews and stuff. 3 Emmys for the Dick Van Dyke Show. That is Saturday. And finally, Sunday at sundown.
Tell your friend Veronica, it's time to celebrate Hanukkah.
The Jewish celebration of Hanukkah begins in Cheer District outside Fiserv Forum. The giant menorah will join the city Christmas tree and be lit Sunday and through the celebration of Hanukkah. That is your week ahead. Bottom of the hour update from ABC coming your way next.
Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah.
Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, a weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market, how it affects Wisconsin businesses and residents, and sponsored by the original knowledge broker, R&R Insurance. Joining me today, Jeff Salazinski, Executive Vice President of Insurance Operations. Jeff, the market seems to be favoring buyers right now, and you've mentioned that many businesses renew their insurance policies in Q4 and on the first of the year.
Thank you, Vince. Always nice to be here. A few factors are defining this market for commercial or business insurance buyers right now. Some rates are declining. Workers' compensation, cyber insurance, even property insurance is coming down. Insurance companies have more capital this year, and they're deploying that capital in the form of writing more new business. To write more new business in Q4 and 1/1, companies are being more flexible on terms and conditions.
So what else is going on out there?
Another important factor is guidance and communication. We talk to many businesses that still have not heard from their agent or broker about their upcoming renewal. They're concerned about making an uninformed decisions. Buyers know that clock is ticking. Or if they have been contacted, they feel uninformed about what's happening in today's market, or they're unsatisfied with their renewal.
So, Jeff, what's the message here if you do have an upcoming renewal in, say, December or January?
Vince, there's still plenty of time to work with R&R. Our process looks like this. We inform you of where the opportunities are in today's market. We work with you to prepare your file to best position your company for review by an underwriter. And R&R can get multiple companies competing for your account.
So why should a business work with R&R Insurance?
Don't settle for poor service. It'll cost you nothing to speak with R&R Insurance. At R&R Insurance, we know business insurance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
Turn that office gathering into something bold, fun, and completely unexpected. A unique, unforgettable celebration at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center in Kenosha, where safety and education always come first. Whether it's a corporate event, team outing, or family get-together, Mission 94 delivers. Private range access for your group, expert instructions from trained professionals, and customizable catering. Make this season one to remember with the gift of education at Mission 94. Book your holiday event today. Just Google Mission 94.
Hey, WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
Throttle City, USA.
I was not ordering a pizza.
Yeah, because when you work for the local government, doing the bare minimum is doing your part.
All right, maybe we do some bits.
That is terrible.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Paramount has entered a hostile bid for Warner Brothers Discovery, challenging Netflix, which reached a $72 billion takeover deal with the company just days ago. The Trump administration's push to expand control over independent federal agencies. Arguments taking place at the Supreme Court today over the president's decision to fire FTC member Rebecca Slaughter without cause. Still no decision on whether the Pentagon will release video of both strikes in early September against a suspected drug boat in the Caribbean. The first strike hitting the boat, the second killing the survivors.
The top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, Jim Himes, describes it as an attack on defenseless survivors, which violates international law. But the top Republican on the Senate Intelligence Committee is adamant the survivors were valid targets and that the attack was justified.
ABC's Mary Bruce. National parks releasing next year's schedule. No more free days on MLK Day or Juneteenth, but the president's birthday will be a free day. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:35.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Kenosha County authorities searching for a domestic assault suspect on the run with an infant.
21-year-old Keon Dewan Taylor of Racine is wanted for a violent assault and carjacking that happened on October 31st in Pleasant Prairie. Authorities say he punched the victim repeatedly in the face and dragged her out of her car by her hair. The couple's 3-month-old infant was inside the vehicle when Taylor fled the scene. Kenosha County District Attorney's Office says Taylor was already out on bond in a Racine County domestic abuse case involving the same victim, with active no-contact orders. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
A photo of Taylor, more information all up at WTMJ.com.
A police officer in Superior, Wisconsin is recovering after being shot. It happened early Sunday during a traffic stop. Officer pulled over driver tied to a domestic dispute. Driver got out, opened fire. 2 officers returned fire, hitting that suspect. Suspect later was taken into custody after trying to drive off. Both officer and suspect have been treated for their injuries.
Time for News About Your Money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. More than an hour off the opening bell. The Dow Jones Industrial Average still down about 92 points to 47,865. The S&P 500 is at 6860. That's down almost 10 points. And the NASDAQ is up 6 to 23,582. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
WTMJ Time Saver traffic heads up 94 eastbound right around 35th Street. In that area, you're going to see some slowdowns because of an accident there. It's blocking the right lane, 94 east. So as you get to the stadium, you're going to see the slowdowns there, and because of that, you'll also notice that accident, which you'll get through it. It's just a bit slow. Meanwhile, 43 southbound at Locust. Left shoulder's blocked because of a crash there, and it's causing a little bit of slowdown. Again, the lanes are open, but you're going to see some brake lights in that stretch as well. 794, all clear now after an earlier accident.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast, mostly cloudy, high 26 today, with a low down to 18 tonight and a chance of snow showers. For Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a rain-snow mix late, high 37. Wednesday, that rain-snow mix could linger into the front end of the day. Then falling temperatures, we will reach a high of 36 on Wednesday. Thursday's high 22 with a slight chance of a flurry, and colder once again on Friday. Friday's high just 20 degrees with a chance of snow. Right now at 20 in Milwaukee.
Are the changing seasons making you crave a getaway? Let Fox World Travel help you plan the perfect all-inclusive resort or cruise vacation to escape the cold. We've got special deals with Apple Vacations, Delta Vacations, Princess Cruises, Celebrity Cruises, and more. Whether you book online, or with a travel advisor. Fox World Travel has your back. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO today.
Hey fellas, are you feeling off of your game? If you feel like something is holding you back, connect with the medical professionals at Game Day Men's Health. WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Game Day Men's Health helps guys regain their youthful edge with hormone replacement, vitamin therapy, personalized weight loss plans, plus EPAT therapy, which I've used for injuries such as plantar fasciitis or tennis elbow. And it's all under the care of experienced medical professionals. A free consultation at their clinic in Brookfield, Shorewood, Germantown, or Delafield. Game Day Men's Health. Get back in the game.
Looking for a place where independence meets convenience? Discover independent living at St. Camillus in Wauwatosa. Enjoy beautiful apartment homes, a pool, hot tub, fitness center, chef-prepared meals, and a calendar full of social activities every day. From now until the end of the year, St. Camillus is taking $40,000 off select apartment styles. Schedule a tour today at stcam.com. St. Camillus, where everything you need is right down the hall.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's huge gift sale is going on now, and that means unbeatable value on unique gifts for all the originals on your list. Like over 60% off select men's Skechers slip-ins, $29.99 while supplies last. Get $30 in Carhartt bucks for every $125 you spend on Carhartt gear. Plus, don't miss up to $100 in Ariat holiday rebates when you buy Ariat footwear, apparel, and accessories. See store for details. Knock out your holiday shopping for less during our huge gift sale only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Got some breaking news regarding Warner Brothers. We told you this last week. That broke during the show. That Netflix had been the winning bidder, if you will, for Warner Brothers Studios, Warner Brothers Discovery. So that may HBO Max, all of the franchises like the Harry Potter and the DC and all that stuff would all go to Netflix. And that still might happen, but it appears that there is still another suitor. Paramount is making a hostile bid now for it and trying to see if they can grab it. And here's what's very unique and interesting about this is that the equity firm behind this takeover bid from Paramount is Affinity Partners. Who's part of Affinity Partners? Jared Kushner. Who's Jared Kushner? The son-in-law of President Trump. And you can only imagine that if the push comes to shove, this might be enough for them to win the bid just because of who is in the White House right now.
And who has to, is that a shareholder thing? Like they will now have this second offer to weigh?
That's a good question, how they would have to go about it. Affinity Partners was not mentioned in Paramount's press release on Monday. That's the equity, but they're going after it. Paramount is telling WBD shareholders that it has a smoother path to regulatory approval than does Netflix. And Axios is reporting that Kushner's involvement would only strengthen that case. So, hey, Warner Brothers folks, be a lot easier if we bought you than over those guys at Netflix. So maybe you go with us instead. It appears that that's the push that's currently taking place.
9:42 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
We demand a lot of our shoulders and hands, our hips and knees, our backs and feet. They do life's heavy lifting, so we owe them the greatest attention in return. The Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network provides expert orthopedic and spine care to help you move, lift, turn, and reach with the most possible ease. Whether you have a sports-related injury or a nagging condition that just won't go away, excellence should always be an option. So we make our care available in nearby locations and offer same-day ortho and spine appointments when relief can't wait. It's how to recover quicker, prevent small concerns from becoming big ones, and solve complex issues with the expertise you can only get with academic medicine. We're given just one body, so let's tend to it, check in on it. Let's give it the greatest of care, because when it's tuned up and injury-free, we can always be pushing ahead. To learn more about our nationally recognized orthopedic and spine care, visit froedtert.com/ortho.
Ring in your holiday season at the Bradley Symphony Center when the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra and the Milwaukee Symphony Chorus present Hometown Holiday Pops, December 13th through the 21st. With 7 performances to choose from, there are plenty of opportunities for you to enjoy one of Milwaukee's most cherished and tuneful holiday traditions. Visit MSO.org for tickets and more information, or call 414-291-7605. Allen Bradley Hall will be the very portrait of holiday cheer as you delight in so many of your favorite seasonal tunes in world-class performances. With an audience sing-along, performances by the Milwaukee Handbell Ensemble, and even a visit from jolly old St. Nick, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Don't miss this chance to make cozy holiday memories with family and friends. The number again for tickets is 414-291-7605 or online at mso.org.
.44 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Feels good on a Monday after you beat the Bears. And this was a big one. I feel better.
A game.
Okay, good.
That was an entertaining.
It was a good game. Even if you were a
feel
Bears
better.
fan. I was out, and there was one lonely Lady Bears fan in the establishment where we were.
Wow. Went for it, huh?
Yeah. And didn't take that hat off either. Came in wearing that hat. Had a few things to say here and there.
Join a little bit, too, huh?
Not directly, just very loud statements were made.
Did you come with others or
yes,
no?
you
okay.
You just stood there by yourself.
I was going to say, wow,
and picked fights. No.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time
just saying,
something like that would have happened.
That's true. There's precedent for that. So the Packers now, by virtue of the win, are on top of the NFC North with that thrilling finish, too.
Williams looking, throwing, it is intercepted! Keyshawn Nixon and the Packers will win it!
Keyshawn Nixon sealing the deal. Fox Sports on the call. Packers survived that late comeback attempt by the Bears. 28-21 is your final. We play again in less than 2 weeks. Talked about all of the things with Mark Tauscher earlier here on Wisconsin's Morning News.
I really thought yesterday was a great sign as far as where this team was. And, you know, the Bears came in, and I give them a lot of credit. I gave them a lot of credit going in. But, you know, even in talking to, you know, Waddle and Sylvie and just Chicago Bear friends, there was that, you know, we're excited, but we don't really know where we're at. And I thought they could go out of Lambeau yesterday thinking they're probably closer than they maybe even thought they were. So, all in all, I mean, obviously that second half, defensively, Chicago was able to do some stuff to our defense, but it is hard to win in a divisional game like that with everything on the line. The way the team responded, the way Jordan responded to his interception, and the way he played with Christian Watson, and then the defense to again have enough playmakers to shut it up, to kind of close up shop, I think are all great signs, because that yesterday felt like, just like the Detroit game on Thanksgiving, it had that playoff vibe. And what that formula was yesterday is how you win playoff games.
Tosh, could you imagine if they were able to score there at the end and had decided, okay, well, let's go for 2? Mm-hmm. Like everything about that moment would have been just the skin would have been all going. You would have been biting all the nails.
They for certain would have went for 2. I think you just got the sense the way they approached that last 2.5 minutes was, we're going to score and we don't want to give Green Bay any time left. And I thought one of the sneaky plays, and I see that some folks are seeing it, was that J.J. Enikbare stop on 3rd and 1 before that 4th down stop. Because if they get that, okay, they use the timeout. They now are at the, 14 or 15 yard line. They got 2 timeouts. They still have an opportunity, and they were going to, if there was less than 25 seconds left in that game, they were going to go for 2 in the win. Whether or not they get it, who knows? But yeah, that's how this all works. And for everybody to say, oh, it's lucky and anything else, no, you make your own luck in the NFL. And the Green Bay Packers made their own. They've figured out a way to win a game yesterday that was tough and hard fought. And if, to your point, Eric, if it would have went the other way, obviously all of the conversations would have been a lot different than what they are. But that's how sports work. And that's where I got a little frustrated with my co-host on Green Bay Game Night last night, because You do judge things on how the results are. It's not all that is how sports work, and to the victor go the spoils, and the victor were the Green Bay Packers yesterday.
How'd you like that handshake?
Loved it. The whole thing is great. There is something to be said about the fierceness of the rivalry, and in today's day, especially you look at whether it's the NBA and guys kind of yucking it up after somebody loses by 35, or players obviously are going to do, but there's something to be said about just general. I don't like you, and I want to stomp you. And when there's something about sports, that's what it's supposed to kind of feel like. And I don't love it when everybody's all lovey-dovey. It's fun when it really matters, and when someone's got just a little something extra, it just makes. I think fans always have that extra passion, and I think with kind of how players move around and coaches move around as much as they do, some of that's missing. And it feels like with this rivalry, that's not going to be the case.
Boy, and how about that offense now with Watson and Reed? Now it's just different, and it's fast and looks dangerous.
Yeah, Watson has been such a difference maker, and I think obviously when Tucker Kraft got hurt, we were all really wondering how is this offense going to evolve, and what are we going to do, because Tucker was such a key piece. And I think Christian Watson stepped in, and then obviously Jaden Reed coming back from a collarbone, and yesterday jet sweeps and the underneath stuff and that quick twitch, he brings another kind of that middle layer to this offense. So not that you're ever going to replace Tucker Kraft, but you try to find out how can we get some production that can equate to that. It feels like Christian Watson, you can't go one-on-one. We saw that with that slant route. The Bears tried to do it, and I would bet the next in 10, 12 days, whenever we play him again, I don't think you're going to see that formula because Christian Watson made him pay.
Certainly can't do it with a safety. That did not work out.
Yeah, it was, and that helps, obviously, the run game and everything else, too. So, Christian Watson has that same effect when he's healthy. I think they said he got up to 22 miles an hour. Nobody was able to take an angle on him. His speed has always been a difference maker. Now, just continue staying healthy. Do that. Sky's the limit.
On the Matt LaFleur handshake, he was asked about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if those guys had ever met before. LaFleur seemed to suggest he didn't know or hadn't met Dan Campbell before that he had not been Ben Johnson before he had been hired. He was the offensive coordinator with the Lions and famously said when he got hired at the Bears, I enjoyed meeting Matt LaFleur twice this season. And LaFleur said in response to that, I don't know this guy. I actually don't know him. So they had a chance to perhaps meet for the first time after the game, and ESPN's Rob Domofsky asked him about it.
You or Ben say anything to each other, or was it just a blow-by handshake?
Oh, it's just, I think, quick handshake. I mean, we'll see him again in 2 weeks. So,
how quickly did LaFleur want to be done with that question? But deliberately,
just a blow-by handshake.
I didn't even think about it. It never occurred to me. I didn't fall asleep. My head didn't hit the pillow with visions of walking up to that guy.
So, but who's the onus on? The onus would have been on the Bears head coach, right? To be like, hey, grab this.
Hey, man.
Hey, come in for a sec. Hey, kudos, right?
Yeah, right.
Because LaFleur doesn't have to say that.
No.
He wasn't the instigator.
Know ya. Still don't know you.
And he kept his shirt on, right?
As far as we know. That's right. No Sherpers deal for you. 9:52 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
This winter, treat yourself or someone you love to a getaway right here in Milwaukee. Milwaukee Hotel Month is coming with up to 25% off stays from January 14th through February 28th. From cozy boutique hideaways to modern downtown favorites, you'll find the perfect place for any kind of getaway. Enjoy world-class theater, inspiring museums, and award-winning dining, all paired with a warm, welcoming place to unwind after a full day of exploring the Brew City. Check in, chill out, and make winter feel a world away at visitmilwaukee.org/hotelmonth.
Still time to take care of that bug problem before you have people over for the holidays. Vince Vitrano here for the Bug Man in Queen Bee. Talking box elders, Asian lady beetles, stink bugs, spiders, centipedes. Adam is the Bug Man. He's been out with 2 treatments at the Vitrano home this fall. Now, it's too late to keep him out. If you're seeing them show up on the sink or on your countertops, on the floor, they're already inside your home. But indoor treatment can get that taken care of in a hurry. This is peak time to do that, and there is room on the schedule for you now. Local, family, veteran-owned and operated, and it's 20% off your first service when you tell them Vinny sent you. You want to work with the best in local pest defense. It's bugmanqueenbee.com.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
Homer here for Window Nation's end of the year sale. It's cold here in Milwaukee, and if you've been thinking about new windows, it's good you waited, because during Window Nation's end of the year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. On windows that stop the cold wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and so energy efficient, you'll save money on your utility bills. Installed in 1 day. Lifetime warranty and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon. Don't miss out on big savings. WindowNation.com to get started.
Point taken with Scafidi and Bry.
We talk about information, but we are not the firsthand report of the information. And so do you feel that we are part of the problem?
We're trying to do something that says, here's the stories that people are talking about. Here's how they touch us in our lives. We're not part of the problem if we stay on course. But if we become like all the other degenerates, I use the word on purpose.
To rile up the base?
To rile up the base. Everyone's like nodding their heads in their cars. Like, what are you doing?
Weekdays from 10 to noon on WTMJ. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
How we do? Successful launch of our first standout of the year.
The Soties.
That's right. One down. We'll unveil another one tomorrow morning at 7:20 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Our first one was Microsoft President Brad Smith, a standout of the year in the state of Wisconsin, leaving an impact on the state over the past 12 months. If you want to get more information or hear what we had said about Brad Smith, just text the word standout to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talking text line, 855-616-1620. You can get that story and podcast.
And our next one tomorrow, 4 more on the week in all.
And tomorrow's standout will join us in studio at 9:10.
Would you share how your situation resolved itself? So Erik has been like, you've been at 80% at some points here because you were distracted by some sort of thing. So Erik was supposed to have this meeting today, and he wasn't dressed properly for said meeting.
my jacket. I needed a blazer and a nice shirt, and I left it at home. So I texted Ange, and Angie was going to actually bring it here because she works downtown. And I was like, man, that's going to be kind of hard and tricky to figure that out. So I asked Greg Matzik, who lives near me, he's like 7 minutes from me, not even, hey, do you mind swinging past my house and grabbing my jacket?
Yes.
And he said, yeah, of course. So then he texted me like an hour later, hey, good news and bad news. The good news is that I picked up your jacket and brought it with me. The bad news is I left it in my car at the dealership because I had a service appointment.
He had it in the back and left it at the dealership.
So then I was like, well, shoot, okay, how do I go
You're trying to figure out how you're going to get to a car dealership that's not close to here. Also convince people that you, not as the owner of the vehicle, have right to enter the vehicle and get your belongings.
I think they would have.
I think that would have been harder than you think.
Well,
I hope it would be.
What are you saying?
But now, as Paul Harvey said, here is the rest of the story.
So, yes, I just got sometimes your calendar will send back to you saying, hey, we are removing this meeting from our calendar today. So my meeting, the one that I needed the jacket and the nice shirt for, has been canceled. So I don't need any of that stuff for today. It's been
none
removed.
of this had to happen.
Yes. So now I still got to figure out when to get my jacket because I'm sure I'll need it at some point this week. But that's for a different day.
Point Taken with Steve Scafidi and Kristen Bryan next on News Radio 620 WTMJ.
The SOTs.
Hey, everybody, it's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga for Access